And by Marathon and your local Marathon dealers and distributors. Marathon, best in the long run. Umpires have come out to meet with Frank Howard and John Vukovic. Here are the lineup cards they're handing in. First of all, for the visiting Mets, leading off and playing second, Wally Backman. Mookie Wilson's in center, hitting second. Keith Hernandez, first base, bats third. Darryl Strawberry, right field, batting cleanup. George Foster in left, he'll hit fifth. Hubie Brooks, shortstop, batting sixth. The seven hitter is the third baseman, Ray Knight. Mike Fitzgerald will catch and bat eighth, and on the mound, Sid Fernandez. First time we will have ever seen him. He's a young lefty over from the Dodger organization. So at the top four of the visiting Mets, Wally Backman, Mookie Wilson, Keith Hernandez. In the middle, Darryl Strawberry, George Foster, Hubie Brooks. The bottom three shows Ray Knight, Mike Fitzgerald, and Sid Fernandez. For the Cubs, some changes here today since they're throwing out a lefty. Bob Dernier will lead it off and play center. Ryne Sandberg at second, batting second. Gary Matthews in left, he'll hit third. Keith Moreland's in the cleanup spot, right field. Ron Cey moves up to the 5-hole, third base. Jody Davis moves up to sixth, he'll catch. Leon Durham will drop down to seventh, play first base. Larry Bowa, the shortstop, will hit eighth. And Scott Sanderson on the mound, going for his 8th win of the year. His record is 7-4. So up at the top for Jim Fry's division-leading Cubs, you find Bob Dernier, Ryne Sandberg, Gary Matthews. In the middle, Keith Moreland, Ron Cey, Jody Davis. And the bottom three, Leon Durham, Larry Bowa, and Scott Sanderson. Umpiring crew here today, Bruce Fleming calls the balls and strikes. Lanny Harris at first, Jim Quick at second, and the crew chief, John Kibler, will make the decisions at third. Now the crowd is being asked to stand. A chorus down behind home plate, the banknotes from the First National Bank with our national anthem. Can you see by the dawn's early light what the party we hailed as the twilight flash gleaming, whose the bright and bright stars to the perilous fight for the rampart we watched were so gallantly streaming. Nicely done by the banknotes from the First National Bank, our national anthem from Chicago. The fans at Wrigley Field settling down. They're ready for the first pitch, and we'll be back with it from Scott Sanderson right after these messages. Attention Chicago area motorists, marathon dealers, and the Northwestern Wildcats have teamed up to offer all licensed drivers a chance to win a 1985 Rose Bowl trip. A trip for four to the January 1st Rose Bowl game, transportation, hotel, 4 Rose Bowl tickets included. Drive to any participating Chicago area marathon service station and complete a Go Wild entry card. Drop it in the entry box provided. No purchase necessary. Your entry makes you eligible to win 2 free tickets for an upcoming Northwestern home football game. A getaway weekend for 4. Dinners for 4. Or 4 tickets to the Northwestern Duke basketball game December 20th. Enter each week for a chance to win Northwestern football home game tickets. Each entry gives you another chance at the Rose Bowl trip and the other grand prizes. Drive in to a participating marathon dealer. While you're there, ask for a free Wildcats football poster and Go Wild bumper sticker. No purchase necessary.
Danny, the baseball game was last week. No one cares anymore. But I was safe. You were out. My dad says he got a picture of it. You'll see I was safe.
Catch baseball's great moments from Color VR 400 color print film. It can stop sports heroes in their tracks.
Okay, here's the picture. Were you safe? Look, let's be mature about this. It's not who wins or loses. It's how you play the game. You were out.
Kodak, because time goes by.
The Cubs have taken the field. Scott Sanderson will be coming out momentarily to warm it up to Jody. Want to remind you, as he comes out to tune it up, that this copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago National League Baseball Club, which has the right of approval of the announcers, and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Chicago National League Baseball Club is prohibited. Scott Sanderson, big, tall right-hander, warming it up to his battery mate, Jody Davis. On the infield for the Cubs, Leon Durham at first, Ryne Sandberg at second, the shortstop Larry Bowa, Ron Cey at third. Into the outfield, Bob Dernier in center, flanked in right by Keith Moreland and in left by Gary Matthews. Davy Johnson's coaches, Bill Robinson at first, Bobby Valentine at third. So the friendly confines ready to see the Cubs do their thing again. Remember, it's not that friendly if you don't get the ball into the power alleys. It's 355 to the left field foul pole, 353 to the right field foul pole. Then you get into those cozy power alleys, 368, 400 to straightaway center. Scott Sanderson 1-0 against New York this year. Did not pitch against them last year, and he is 7-4 lifetime. Scotty with a fastball, a curve, and since he's come back from the bad back, he's come up with a very fine slow curve.
There's no doubt about it, but there's always that thought in mind of Connors and Fry, and also Sanderson, just exactly when that back is going to bother him. If you recall, he went 5 innings and had to be taken out of the ball game last outing. So this, of course, is on their mind. They want a healthy Sanderson for the playoffs.
Well, it's been 6 days. He pitched in New York, so they hope that he is going to be ready to do a good job for them here today. Sanderson says he's about ready. The top 3 hitters for New York will be Wally Backman, Mookie Wilson, and Keith Hernandez. All right, the batter stepping in, and we're ready to go. Hope you're ready to relax and join the Cubs here on Cubs Radio. I'm Milo Hamilton with Lou Boudreau and Vince Lloyd. And Wally Backman, who was 2 for 4 yesterday with a run batted in, will be leading it off. Backman is hitting .277, 1 homer, 23 runs batted in. Has really developed this year as a solid leadoff batter for them. He'll be batting left-handed. Bruce Fleming will call the balls and strikes. And Scott Sanderson looks in to get the sign from Jody. The right-hander going after his 8th win of the year winding, and his first pitch today is a strike called, and we're underway. Good fastball for an opener. 57 degrees at game time. Wind blowing out of the north at 15. Here's the wind on the 0-1 pitch. A little tighter ball, and it's 1-1. San Diego and Houston getting underway early. Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Vinny will have a chance in a few minutes to look at what's going on in those games. Here is the 1-1. There's a swing and a line drive right to the shortstop. Bowa took a quick step to his left, hauled it in, and it's 1 away.
Well, I was going to say before I interrupted you, after he dives through all those football scores, he'll make some baseball scores.
Well, I'm not worried about him getting the football scores. I'm worried about him getting through Lou Malnati's pizza.
What? I missed that. I did too.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
how about that?
Kenton Morris stuck in with it, huh?
Yeah.
Who?
Here's Mookie Wilson, the center fielder. Mookie yesterday 2 for 4. Batting .272 on the season, 8 homers, 45 runs batted in. The slow curve for an opener stayed outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Cubs and Mets will play for the last time for another year tomorrow. Here's the pitch. Swinging, high fly ball. Left field, coming over near the line. The wind blowing it away from Matthews on the run and cannot make the play. Got leather on it. Didn't hit in the pocket. He was over into the bullpen by the time he got to it. We really saw a chance for these outfielders to go to school on that one, Lou. That ball blew way away from him.
Let's set up now the ballpark and the wind for our listeners. The wind is blowing in at some 15 to 17 miles an hour directly from center field to home plate. And that wind carried that ball, which normally would have been into left field easily for an out, into the foul territory, into the bullpen. That's how strong that wind is blowing. Outfielders are playing very shallow. There's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of aggravation with that wind today on pop-ups.
1-1, swung on, bouncer second. Sandberg to his right, picks it, fires, and he got him, and it's 2 down. Ball never came up for Rhino, went right down in the dirt to get it, and it's 2 up and 2 away for the Mets in the opening inning. And brings up first baseman Keith Hernandez. Hernandez with a hit yesterday in 4 trips, moved his current mini streak to 6 straight. He's hit safely in 24 of his last 25 games.
Just having a tremendous year for the Mets. One of the better trades that the Mets have made, Milo.
.319 average, 15 homers, 91 runs batted in. Left-hand batter waiting on Sanderson. Kicks and he fires. Strike called over the outside corner with his slider. Strawberry will be next. Scott Sanderson, who's been on a roller coaster all year with that bad back. Here's the pitch. Off-speed breaking ball drops low, and it's 1-1. Boston out in front of New York, 4-1. They're in the 5th inning at Yankee Stadium. Baltimore and Milwaukee scoreless. They're in the bottom of the 3rd in Milwaukee. We'll check the pitchers for you. Here's the pitch. Off-speed breaking ball, stayed outside, and it's 2-1. Vinny?
Well, first of all, that Pittsburgh-St. Louis Cardinal game, the Cards are now leading 4-2 in the 4th inning. Candelaria had a perfect game going through 3 innings.
Swinging a foul down the right side.
For the Pirates. Dave LaPointe going for the Birds. Lacey got Pittsburgh on the board in the 1st inning with his 10th homer of the year. San Diego at Houston. Nolan Ryan had to leave after throwing 3 pitches because of a muscle pull, and Conroy replaced him. At the end of 6 innings of play, the Padres and the Astros are tied at 2.
All right, you got a 2-2 count to Hernandez. Nobody on in front of him and 2 away. Pitch on the way, swung on and laced foul. Look out down above the bullpen. Oh, that got in there and out in a hurry.
Should give you some football scores. 14-0, 12-0, 24-12, 7-3. We'll give you the schools later.
How about a partial?
Oh, all Illinois. Get that up for Illinois.
3. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. Hernandez always nervously whipping that bat, something like Stargell used to do. Low a ball, and it's 3-2.
Now you got Swarsky sitting on the end of his chair back at the studio wondering who's winning and who's losing for his predictions to come true.
Hey, after those predictions, he may hope that he never finds out.
Yeah.
Here's the payoff. Swing and a smash foul by Bill Robinson, the first base coach.
Are you trying to tell me that Bobby Collins has got him tied up with that money, taking those predictions?
I'll give you one that's a surprise and a pleasant one, though, for us here in the Midwest. Northwestern is leading Syracuse 12-0 in the 2nd quarter.
Oh, great for that. Hold on.
I do the payoff pitch to Hernandez. Right-hander ready. Here it comes. Swing and a smash to first. Great big hop for the Bull. Runs to the bag. Side retired. Ball hit hard, but one great big hop. Durham right there. And he gets them 1, 2, 3. We played a half an inning in the middle game of this 3-game series. New York scoreless with no hits, and the Cubs are just now coming into bat.
You know, before the season begins, the Cubs spend a lot of time at training camp in Mesa, Arizona, preparing themselves for a grueling chase for the pennant. It takes a lot of hard work and effort, but being number 1 never comes easy.
It's the same way with Old Style.
Old Style?
That's right, Lou. Cub fans know that before they take their first cool taste of an Old Style, it's been through a grueling training camp up in La Crosse, Wisconsin.
And they also know, Milo, that Heilman goes into training with the finest natural ingredients in sparkling, pure virgin spring water.
Then Old Style's Croissant. It's an old-world process where the brew is brewed not once, but twice. It takes a lot of time, and it's more expensive. But one taste, and you can tell why Old Style's Chicagoland's favorite beer.
Well, like I said, good kid, being number 1 never comes easy.
Check the stats, good kid, then go for a pair of firsts. Try Old Style and Old Style Light. Pure brewed in God's country, slowly and naturally. G. Heileman Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Professional janitors rely on industrial-type cleaners to get their job done.
And now True Value Hardware stores offer True Test professional cleaning supplies for your home and car. Hi, Pat Summerall to suggest True Test heavy-duty spray cleaner to remove stains and soil from many surfaces. And use True Test concentrated car wash to clean and protect your car's finish. See all the professional quality True Test cleaners available exclusively at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Don't miss WGN Sports Central during the week at 6:30. We give you all the Cub highlights, and after Saturday games, such as today, hear the Dallas Green Show on your official Cub station, WGN. And I think I better take that back. Dallas Green has already been on.
Sid Fernandez, the lefty. Fastball curve and a straight change. You figure if he's supposed to be as much like Fernando that he'd have a Scroogey, but they say no. I'll say one thing, though. He's on the same diet that Fernando was when he came to the big leagues.
Yes, indeed.
He's a little chunky.
And he came from the Dodger organization also over to the Mets.
His catcher is Mike Fitzgerald. On the infield, Keith Hernandez first, Wally Backman second, the shortstop, Hubie Brooks, Ray Knight at third. Into the outfield, you'll find Mookie Wilson in center, flanked in right by Darryl Strawberry, and George Foster's in left. Jim Fry's coaches, John Vukovich at first, Don Zimmer at third, and here's Bobby Dernier ready to lead it off. Dernier yesterday went 3 for 4 and drove in a run. Bobby's got his batting average at 280, 3 homers. He's driven in 30 runs. His next stolen base will be a new personal Major League high for him. Looking for his 43rd. He had 42 a couple of years ago as a Philly. And the first pitch from Fernandez, too tight under the letters of ball, and it's 1-0. Sandberg due next, then it'll be Matthews. Dernier got that protective covering over the left instep and shin. That's a ball with his fastball missing, and it's 2-0. Wrap it up here with the Mets tomorrow. Monday is an open date. The Pirates come in Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Then the Cubs take off on their final road trip of the year. Here's the 2-0. High fastball, 3-0. Then they come home for the final weekend of the year with the Cardinals. That's Fan Appreciation Weekend. All right, the 3-0 on the way to Dernier. High, walked him, and he wasn't even close. Base on balls to Bobby Dernier.
Well, let me tell you, he's led off the ball game many, many times with that base on balls, which has helped us get out in front of our opponents in the first inning. Matthews may lead this team in base on balls, but he's hitting in a different spot where a pitcher has to be careful of Matthews, especially with men on. But Dernier's leadoff walks have been very important to the Cubs' victories this year.
Here is Sandberg hitting .317. First pitch to him, a little low a ball. That's 5 in a row. Rhino with 19 homers, 79 runs batted in. Sandberg 0 for 2 yesterday, drove in a run that turned out to be the deciding run with a sacrifice fly. Right-hand batter, left-hand pitcher. Now, Fernandez steps away. Notre Dame making a bit of a comeback, Vinny?
Yes, they are. It is now 2017 Michigan State over the Fighting Irish in the fourth quarter.
Had that been 20-0 at one time?
They were 17-0 and 20-3 at one time.
All right.
It is a good comeback. And what a battle between Wisconsin and Missouri. They're now tied in the fourth quarter. Badgers 28, Missouri 28.
What about the Iowa Hawkeyes and the Nittany Lions?
That is now 13-10 Penn State over Iowa in the second quarter.
So to first, not close. We'll keep you up to date with all of that this afternoon as we move along with the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Sandberg batting with a runner at first in there. A walk put him there, nobody out. A strike call, 2-1. Rhino was going to make him throw one.
Yes. Make him get in the groove because he's apt to walk several people here early before he gets settled. And he's got a little pressure on him also in the middle of that diamond.
2 balls and 1 strike. Look to first. Dernier edging, not going. Swinging, a little pop down the right side, spinning foul as the wind got a hold of Lou Boudreau's slice that time and just carried it right over the line.
Oh, I wish I had that kind of a slice. Mine would have been in the right field stands way back if I
We
hit
didn't
it.
have any trouble slicing that Malnati pizza there.
Oh, pasta, too.
Did you get in there? Pizza.
Great pasta.
2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2. Rhino had to go back and get a different bat. Cubs are 11-5 with New York, including 7-0 here at home. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sid Fernandez stretches. Dernier with a lead and a 2-2 on Rhino. And he moves away, and the pitcher steps away from the rubber. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ready again. Runner going. Swing and a foul. Jarred. The catcher rolls back to the on-deck circle. And
the hit and run was on, but Dernier had that base stolen very easily. But the hitter cannot hold back. When that sign is given, he's got to protect his base runner. He doesn't know whether he's got that big a lead or that good a lead or not. So he's got to go after the ball, which Rhino did.
And another 2-2 is due.
And they may put it on again right here.
Dernier takes his big lead. Ooh. He was edging. Oh, he was going, and they throw over, and they almost got him.
Yeah, we were guessing right that they put it on again, and he was really leaning toward second base.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Fernandez looks to first. Throws over that way. Not close this time because Bobby didn't have that big a lead.
A lot of times a manager likes to repeat a hit and run in a situation like this.
All right, he'd take that big lead again. He's going. Way high a ball. Throw down. Stolen base. New career record.
Number 43 for Dernier. A new record.
He had slowed down considerably on his stolen base ratio since the leg injury. So 43 thefts for Bobby Dernier. He's in scoring position and a 3-2 count for Sandberg. Now he's ready again. Looks back to second base. Pitch to Rhino. Outside low. A ball. He walked him. That'll bring up Gary Matthews, and the young left-hander having trouble. Fitzgerald out to talk to him, and Keith Hernandez in from first to chat with him as well.
Yeah, they're trying to relax the youngster. As I mentioned earlier, he has some pressure on him. He knows what they're depending, the New York Mets are depending upon him to pitch a good ball game today and keep them in so they can try to win today's game. He's just a youngster now, also, as this is his first year in the major league.
Gary Matthews, 1 for 4 yesterday. Sarge has hit safely in 22 of his last 29 games. Chance to get on the board early. Take advantage of those walks as they did yesterday. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Matthews hitting .295, 12 homers, 72 runs batted in. Matthews, straightaway stance, holds the bat high waiting. Here's the 0-1. Swinging, a base hit into left field. Bobby Dernier will be waved. He's coming home. He'll score. The throw comes to the shortstop. And it's 1-2-0 as Matthews delivers the first hit. Gets Dernier home, and Sandberg gets down to second base.
That's what means in getting off to a good start. When you get your leadoff man and your second man on base, your 3, 4, and 5 men have to come through. They're your big RBI men. And that has been happening for the Cubs all year.
That'll bring up Keith Moreland. He's batting cleanup today, playing right field. Yesterday went 0 for 4, got a run home with a bounce out. Last 9 games, Zonk has hit safely in 6 of them. He's a .284 hitter. After flirting with .300, he's tailed off a bit in the last week. 15 homers, 75 runs batted in. That's high with a fastball. 75 RBIs, his new career high. Steps out, looks to Don Zimmer. On deck hitter is Ron Cey. Cubs break on top with a run. Still batting. Nobody out. Sandberg second. Matthews first. 2 walks. Stolen base and a hit. Young left-hander ready. Looks back to second. Hesitates there. Runner's going. Swinging. High pop. Runners are going to have to get back. First baseman making the play in foul ground down the right side. Fortunately, it hung up long enough so the runners did get back.
Very, very fine comment, Milo. Fortunately for the Cubs, it was a high pop-up. Had that been just a short pop-up, there would have been a double play and a possibility of a triple play when you have a hit and run on with nobody out.
Here's Ron Cey, the third baseman. Penguin batting .236, 25 homers, and 91 runs batted in. Yesterday, Ron went 1 for 3. 2 of his 25 homers are against New York. Sandberg at second, Matthews at first. Sid Fernandez at the belt, looking back, kicks and delivers. Just inside of the knee.
Milo, you were talking about Cubs power this year. 6 out of the first 8 hitters. Listen to this RBI record. 81, 73, 76, 91, 89, and 87. You know there's going to be a lot of runs scored with that lineup.
1 ball, no strikes. Check of the runners. Comes to the plate. High with his fastball, and it's 2-0. He can't get anything over right now.
No, he isn't settled at all on the mound, so this is the time to take advantage of this situation and score 3 or 4 runs.
2 balls, no strikes. Stay waiting. Turn, but no throw back. Backman had slipped in behind Sandberg, but everybody knew it, and the youngster just stepped away. There was no toss back to second. Still 2-0 to Cey. Cubs are on top, 1-0 first inning. Runners lead second and first with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hey, finally trotted out that breaking ball.
Yeah. Just going to say, wildness has not been the trademark of Fernandez this year, with only 22 unintentional walks coming into the ballgame.
Well, he might be wound up like a banjo string today, too.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike. He got out of the chute in such great shape when they brought him up, but coming into today's 4 and 5. 2-1 pitch. Up high, a ball. Well, the Penguin can be sitting on 1 here.
Yes, indeed. Let's see if Jimmy Fry, the skipper, sends his runners on a 3-1 count.
Sandberg second, Matthews first. Cey waiting. Fernandez looks. Left-hander delivers. Swinging, smash foul by Don Zimmer at third. Hit a pitch to Jerk, and he fouled it down the left side. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cardinals in front of the Pirates, 4-2. They're now in the bottom of the 5th at St. Louis. Next weekend, the Cubs will be in St. Louis. And tickets are as scarce as hen's teeth for that series down there. A lot of those Southern Illinois folks want to be around to see this Cub team, and a little closer to go across the river to St. Louis. Steps away again, but nobody's moving. The White Sox get on the board at California, 1-0. They've scored a run in the first inning today, something they weren't able to do all last night. Left-hander at the belt. Runners going. Swinging, smash to third. Through the third baseman's leg. Sandberg had to leap over the third baseman, so he had to go back and touch third. He'll score. Matthews will score. And Cey ends up at second. And the Cubs lead 3-0. Boy, what a rocket Cey hit that time. Right through the legs. What an athlete that Sandberg is. He had to hurdle Knight because Knight had fallen down after the ball went through him, and Rhino knew that by hurdling him he had missed third. He went back and got it, Then it was a relay because by this time the Sarge was right on his tail. It goes as a hit.
That's his 24th double.
And what about those ribbies?
Ribbies is 93 RBIs now for Cey.
Davy Johnson out talking to the young left-hander. Nobody throwing in their bullpen yet. Ron Cey has 13 RBIs now against New York.
Tremendous month for Cey. When you look at his average as a hitter and compare that with home runs and RBIs, there's nothing you can say about it.
Remember, he was down around 211?
That's right.
They're going to put Jody Davis on here, load him up for the Bull with a left-hander on the mound. 3-0 Chicago. Ron Cey still playing with that tender right elbow, and he's always holding on to it, and he is right now out at second base. Jody, with the bag open, will get the intentional passer. This will be the third walk of the inning. And just as they did yesterday, Lou, taking advantage of those walks.
Absolutely. 4 walks yesterday, 4 of them scored. Today, 2 walks in the first inning, and they have scored.
All right, Leon Durham with runners at first and second and only one away, waiting for the offerings of Sid Fernandez. Fernandez facing the Cubs for the first time ever. He'll never forget it. Cey at second with a double. Davis at first with the intentional pass. Left-hander looks back. Here's the pitch to the Bull. Look out, chin music. They're going to start their bullpen working. Looks like big Calvin Schiraldi. Boy, he's big enough to go to work. He got out on the mound and it sunk. That's who it is. Calvin Schiraldi warming up with the New York bullpen. Now, pitcher steps away again. Boy, he is nervous as a cat out there. He can't get together on the sign. He's wild. Here's the 1-0. Breaking pitch in was something off. That's the first let-up he's thrown, and he got it in for a strike.
Well, you can't blame Durham for stepping back away from that pitch because the first pitch was a brush pass back pitch, and he wasn't sure whether he'd come back with another fastball.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Strike called over the outside corner. Came back with a heater and got it on the corner away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tom Seaver pitching for the White Sox with that 1-0 lead as they go to the second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Off-speed breaking pitch inside. 2-2. Wind around 17 miles an hour, blowing right in over the left field bleachers. At the moment, it's blowing to the right field line. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging a little tapper towards second. Throw to short. 1. No chance for a double play. The ball wasn't hit hard enough. They force Jody. Cey gets to third. 4-6 on the force. And put Durham at first with a fielder's choice and bring up Larry Bowa, the 8th Cub, to bat in the inning. Larry Bowa, 1 for 4 in the series. Larry against the league, hitting .215, no homers, 16 runs batted in. Time had been called, so now Bowa's back up in there. Sanderson would be next. Runners on the corners, 2 down. Here's the pitch. Bowa swings and he foul tips it into the catcher's mitt, and it's strike 1. Padres in Houston, 2-2. They're in the bottom of the 8th in the Astrodome. Here in Chicago, first inning, Cubs have taken a 3-0 lead against Fernandez. Here's a pitch to Bowa. The ball away. That'll get a run home. Cey will score 4-0. Durham goes to second. That was a major league wild pitch.
As soon as he released it, he didn't know where it was going. That slipped right out of his fingers and was about 12 feet high as soon as it left his paws.
And his first wild pitch of the year.
Well, he made up for those that he didn't get called right there. 4 runs are in. Durham is at second base. 1-1 to count to Bowa. Left-hander who seems like he's been out there forever, and he probably thinks so too, steps away. 4 runs have scored and only 2 hits off of him. Single by Matthews, double by Cey. 3 walks, 1 intentional. Wild pitch, stolen base. And the 1-1 to Bowa. Strike called above the knees on the inside corner with his fastball, and it's 1-2. Bowa batting right-handed against the New York lefty. As he comes to the set, he checks Durham with a big lead at second. Here's the pitch. Off speed, drops low, and it's 2-2. It may be broad daylight in the sunshine, but for the young lefty, this inning's been a nightmare. 2-2. Durham, who was safe on a fielder's choice, is now at second. Takes that great big lead again. Fernandez at the belt checks him, comes to the bow, and he swings and fouls it back up above the press box. And it's still 2-2. Oh, I don't know. You know, Rex Barney came up to say hello today. He's a good friend along with Chuck Thompson. They work on the Baltimore games, and they had the day off. I was going to say that wild pitch, Rex would have been proud of it, but they might be listening driving back to Milwaukee. Here's the 2-2, swinging, fly ball, left field, well hit. It is playable by Foster on the wild back. Oh, the little guy cranked up on one. But the wind blowing in, or Larry would have had his first home run of the year.
Yeah, he hit that ball well. That'd have been out of the ballpark.
Side retired. Cubs get a 4 spot on 2 hits. And at the end of an inning, Cubs 4, New York Mets 0.
Well, come on, pretty baby, won't you go today? Going off-road surfing in my Chevrolet. It's a 4-wheeler called a Chevy FM. When you're off-road surfing, it's a man's best friend. Every 4-wheeler is a surfing machine. Flying to hit the track and see what I mean.
Get ready for a whole new sport, off-road surfing. Chevy S10 with shift-on-the-go Insta-Track 4-wheel drive. Just leave the road and your inhibitions behind, and leave the competition locking its hubs.
Well, shuffle that baby, gonna double back. Shift my new Chevy in the Insta-Track. Listen to the hills on a Saturday night. Off-road surfing in the pale moonlight. If a 4-wheeler is a surfing machine, slide in the Insta-Track and see what I mean. Chevy.
We're here at the Illinois State Lottery Winners Banquet with a lot of new Lotto millionaires.
And the lottery ping pong ball?
Just call us high rollers.
Yes. $6 million winners Betty Gloss and Ken Natsky are here. In fact, there are dozens of new Lotto millionaires here today, all because they just played 6 little numbers.
That's where we ping pong balls come in.
No, this is where you go out. You may announce the dinner is served.
Come and get it!
Lotto, come and get it.
Say, where can I find the ballroom?
Remember when Salerno cookies were a treat for when you were good? Well, kids and adults love Salerno cookies. They're baked right here in the Midwest with the finest ingredients. Salerno cookies.
All right, we go to the second inning, and what a comeback by the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame.
Yeah, they were down 17-0 to the Spartans of Michigan State at the end of the first quarter, and Notre Dame rallied to defeat the Spartans 24-20.
Did that on the road, didn't they?
Yes, they did, at Lansing.
All right, here is Darryl Strawberry. 1-0 for 4 in yesterday's game. Scott Sanderson working with a 4-0 lead, facing the big, lanky, left-hand hitting, slugging outfielder, and the fastball up and away, ball one. Strawberry hitting .243, 21 homers, one of those against the Cubs, and 78 runs batted in. Scott Sanderson into the motion, and the pitch on the way. Swing and a foul back under the press box to the right here. A ball and a strike. Foster on deck, then it'll be Hubie Brooks. New York batting in the second. Cubs trying to cut the magic number to 5 here today. Here's the pitch. Outside with a fastball, and it's 2-1 to Strawberry. Cardinals get a couple more, Vinny.
Yeah. Excuse me. I was looking at one of these football scores, watching Wisconsin coming back against Missouri.
Cardinals lead Pirates now 6-2.
6-2. And there's still only been one homer, and that by Lacey for the Pirates in that ball game. But Dave LaPointe has gone the distance.
3-1 to Strawberry. Here's the pitch, swung on a smash to first. Look at that scoop by the Bull. Runs to the bag. He has become a magician at that position.
That's what you call relaxed in your position, where you can do that with a short hopper, hit that hard right at you. It's just a natural position for Durham.
That'll bring up George Foster. Foster yesterday 1 for 4. He's hit safely in 15 of the last 18 games in which he's appeared. For the year, Foster has 21 homers, 79 runs batted in. His batting average against the league is .268. Does a little manicuring in that batter's box. Now he's up in there and ready to go. Scott Sanderson, obviously with this chill in the air today, the pitchers have been given permission to blow warm air into that pitching hand, and that's up high, a ball, and it's 1-0. Up above us from Milwaukee, the Brewers lead Baltimore 1-0. They're in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Shows bunt, pushes it up the first base side. Right at Durham, comes to the bag, grabs it, steps on the bag, 2 down.
That's a surprise. I think that's the first time in my memory that I've seen Foster try to bunt for a base hit, except for sacrifices. And very seldom will a manager give him the sign to sacrifice with that power.
So it's 2 away, and Hubie Brooks still playing with a heavily taped ankle. Remember, he got hurt against the Cubs last weekend at Shea. Playing shortstop these days, and that's his future. 0 for 4 yesterday, hitting .287. Swing and a smash. Great big hop second. Sandberg grabs, throws. 3 up, 3 down. Sandberg to Durham. 3 ground balls, 6 of the outs, 5 have been on the ground. We have played into the middle of the second, and it's the Cubs 4, the Mets nothing.
WGN Radio is your station for sports all year long. We're the official home of the Chicago Cubs, the DePaul Blue Demons, Notre Dame's Fighting Irish basketball. We'll catch all of the action, all of the time, right here on WGN.
Into the bottom of the second inning, Scott Sanderson, the only Cub who didn't bat in that open inning, steps in to lead it off. Then it'll be Bobby Dernier and Ryne Sandberg. Sanderson, in his appearances against New York this year, has gone 1 for 3 and driven in a run. First pitch to him, high a ball. Well, you know, they're looking forward to that 2 millionth fan to come through the turnstile here at Wrigley Field. Here's the 1-0. Up high again, ball 2. Lakeshore Bank will provide the lucky fan with a check for 1 day's interest on $2 million. Quickly now, Lou, that's $547.94.
That's right.
In addition, the bank will add another day's interest for each postseason victory. Strike called inside corner. So if the Cubs were to win the playoffs in the World Series, that fan would receive a total of, go ahead, $4,383.52. Not too shabby. That's a strike called inside corner 2 and 2. Also, Cobalt Travel will provide the lucky fan with a trip for 2 to any European destination of his or her choice.
Okay.
Package includes airfare and hotel accommodation. Strike called inside corner between the knees and the belt. So Scotty's gone. First strikeout recorded by the left-hander, Sid Fernandez. Up to the top with Bobby Dernier. Also from True Value Hardware Stores to that lucky 2 millionth fan, a portable color TV. Something to shoot for, isn't it?
Yeah. Good kid. How many tickets have you bought?
6. I've got them spaced so when they come in, we get a count every half hour.
High outside to Dernier, who started the first inning with a walk, stole a base, and scored.
Paid cash.
If I buy 6 and Milo buys 12, that'll get us up to...
yeah, but now I got to break it to you. We're not eligible. There's a high foul off to the right. It'll be well back out of play. Oh, here we are on Scarf Day.
Yeah.
Our good friends and longtime sponsors on Cubs Radio, Marathon, passed out those scarfs.
Oh, they're nice, aren't they?
Oh, they feel good out here today. I can hardly wait till they bring ours up here.
The good friend Harvey, the Marathon dealer out in Park Ridge at Northwest Highway in Oakton, is here today celebrating.
Shows bunt, but the ball almost took off a kneecap. He had to really hop, skip, and jump to get out of there.
He showed bunt very early, and I think that upset Fernandez.
2 balls and a strike. Sandberg due next. You know, tomorrow the chicken will be here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Compliments of Brown's chicken. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch on the way. That's a strike called above the knees on the inside corner, 2-2. Oh, you break. We'll get one in here just as soon as we can. Dernier steps back up in there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on in front of him, 1 away. Fernandez delivers. High inside a ball. Break it right now on the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
WGN Radio is Chicago, your official Chicago Cubs radio station.
3-2, and the payoff on the way. Tapped it, didn't mean to. Goes out toward the mound, comes down off, throw. Hey, oh, it almost took Hernandez into the base path. That was close, but he crossed over the bag, managed to hold on. Boy, Fernandez didn't give Hernandez much of a throw right there.
No, he didn't. He's having trouble throwing to the bases as well as trying to find the strike zone at the plate.
2 awfully good first basemen in this ball game, aren't there?
And isn't it odd that they traded one from the Cardinals because the other one was there, and now neither one of them are there.
Think the Cardinals miss him?
I think so. Sandberg takes a strike, slider inside corner. Sandberg waiting, nobody on, 2 down. Cubs in front, 4-0, second inning. And the left-hander delivers. Swing and a foul back. Under the press box off here to the right. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Matthews would be next. Cubs got 4 runs in the first inning with only 2 hits. They took advantage of the wildness of the young left-hander. Here's the 2-2 on the way. Swing and a foul out of play back to the right. In the first quarter, Pitt Panthers lead Oklahoma 3-0. California has tied the White Sox 1-1. Third inning, Seaver against Whip. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Left-hander ready, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, struck him out with a high inside fastball. Second strikeout of the inning and in the game for Sid Fernandez. After a tough first, he comes back with a 1-2-3 second. After 2 full innings at Wrigley, Cubs lead the Mets 4-0.
Come on into the outlet, Factory Tire Outlet. The right tire, the right price for you.
Waukegan Tire and their tire outlets have done it again. Free Cubs tickets. That's right. Free Cubs tickets for the next 3 weeks or while 1,500 tickets last. You get a free ticket with every new Michelin tire you buy. Buy 4 Michelin tires, get 4 tickets to the Cubs-Cardinal game on Fan Appreciation Day, the weekend of September 29th. Waukegan Tire says all the other all-season tires strike out when they bat against the Michelin XA4. The Michelin XA4 all-season radio has over 20 million miles of testing behind it, with performance designed to deliver up to 60,000 miles depending on your driving habits. See Waukegan Tire and the tire outlets today. Drive home a winner with Michelin, Waukegan Tire, and Cubs tickets, because so much is riding on your tires. 730 North York Road in Elmhurst, in Racine on I-94 and 2905 Lathrop Avenue, and Waukegan Tire in 2 locations on Green Bay Road and Belvedere Road, Waukegan.
Speed and sure-handedness are important attributes of a ball player, and the same applies to your insurance company when handling your auto claims. That's one department where county companies lead the league. Country Companies has more claim centers in Illinois than any other insurance companies. Being closer to your home base enables Country Companies to settle auto claims quickly and fairly, nearly all within 7 days. That's why it's a smart call to call your Country Companies agent today. Call Country Companies. Get the country behind you. Country Companies is a Farm Bureau service.
It's here. The revolutionary pulse furnace from Lennox. Super efficiency makes old furnaces obsolete. Get the whole story from your Lennox dealer in the Yellow Pages.
In the 3rd inning, Ray Knight, the third baseman, will be leading it off against Scott Sanderson. Scotty out on the mound with a 4-0 lead. Fitzgerald, the catcher, on deck. Sanderson delivers to Ray Knight. Swings. Sends a high pop out into shallow right center. It will drop in for a base hit. So after retiring the first 6, Knight got a Texas League single into right center. Knight was 1 for 3 yesterday, and that was his first hit in 4 games against the Cubs. So his first time today starts off with a single. Mike Fitzgerald, 1 for 3 in yesterday's game. He's been a tough out for the Cubs. 341 average against the Cubs staff this year. Young catcher has done an outstanding job for them. He's hitting 244 against the league, and the pitch to him is just a bit tight under the knees. 1 ball, no strikes.
During batting practice, Fitzgerald was going to right field on practically every swing.
1 ball, no strikes. 2 homers, 31 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Sanderson. Sends a high fly ball right center. It's deep. Dernier back. Still back. It's into the ivy. They're going to wave the runner. Now they hold him at third. It's a double, and they've got runners at second and third. You're right. He did go to right field.
Yes, indeed. That's what he was doing in batting practice. And a lot of managers will make their pitcher and catcher come out prior to the game and sit in the dugout and watch the opposition take batting practice. It's very important.
So a threat here, although the pitcher is due up. Be Sid Fernandez with runners at second and third and nobody out. 14th double for the rookie catcher Fitzgerald. Throws left, bats left. Got a 143 hitter. Knight at third, Fitzgerald at second. Scott Sanderson delivers, swinging and a foul back up above us, and it's out of play.
He had a pretty good riffle, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he's been watching Fernando, or at least when they were in the same organization.
Yes.
Got a lot of his mannerisms, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Taller, but not quite as plump.
Which one?
I think this fellow.
This one.
This guy's heavier.
This is heavier, yeah.
Yeah, but he isn't as plump.
Oh.
Plump.
Swinging. High pop foul off the left. Say he'll take a look, but it'll drift back into the seats up above the third base dugout. And he's out in front of the pitcher, 2 strikes.
Some of us are heavy, well-built. Others are plump.
I have no comment.
I'm not looking at anybody.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm well built.
We got to keep our eye on the game here. Yeah. Elbow. 2 strikes. Knight started the inning with a single. Fitzgerald followed with a double to deep right center. Here's the pitch. Off speed, he let it go by. 1-2. Artis Gilmore out again today. It's hard to miss him.
He's a great Cub fan.
He's a big baseball fan.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
And they hope the people do down there when he gets in his seat, it's not by them, because the other day 6 people missed the game after he took his seat. He's a tall timber. That's a ball, makes it 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging and a topper foul down the first base side. Ends up in the bullpen, and it's still 2-2. Among the Scots here today, Duffy Dyer used to be with these Mets. Now scouting for the Minnesota Twins. Well, he managed for them this year. So after his minor league season was over, he said he really enjoyed it. Yeah. I figured him to manage someday. Good man. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sanderson has the sign. Now he's ready. Checking runners at second and third with nobody out. And the 2-2 to the pitcher batting. A bouncer towards second. Great big hop. Throw to first out on the play. Knight scores. It's 4-1. Fitzgerald moves to third. So Fernandez sent the high bouncer. And Sandberg throws him out. It's 1 away. He'll get credit for a run batted in. Top man in their order. Second baseman Wally Backman.
That's his first RBI, and it may be his first Major League RBI.
Yes, it is. He did not have any in the brief appearances he had with the Dodgers last year.
So a runner at third, 1 down, and Backman, who lined out to Boa in the first inning, stepping up in there against Scott Sanderson. Stretch look to third. Checking on Fitzgerald. Here's the pitch to the plate. High off-speed curve. Ball 1.
I'm a little surprised that Sanderson was not able to strike him out.
He went with his fastballs, and he was having good swings at his fastballs. I was surprised that he didn't stay with that curveball.
It's over in the Astrodome. Houston beat San Diego 3-2. Here's the 1-0. Turns him around on the shoulder, and it's ball 2.
San Diego's magic number remains at 6, right?
Well, the magic number man is going to check that. Okay. Anybody that wants all the trouble to have signs made for our magic number has all the rest of them. Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. That's the best fastball he's thrown, Benny.
Yeah, he really had some mustard on that one.
2 balls and a strike.
I get the feeling his back is still bothering him.
Boy, let's hope not, because that is something that could stay with him for years and years.
2 balls and a strike. Jody drops the fingers. Right-hander stretches to the belt. And the 2-1 to Backman. Swing and a line foul down the left side. Lower boxes bouncing around. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Both magic numbers for Atlanta and Houston are 6. Los Angeles, 4. Cincinnati and San Francisco out. Wait till next year.
2-2. I told you he'd have it. Yep. Here's the pitch. Down low with his fastball. That'll fill it. Sanderson, who came to this inning with a 4-0 lead, it's now 4-1. Has fallen behind Backman, now has a full count with him. And Mookie Wilson, another left-hand batter, and then Hernandez and Strawberry, all batting from the left side. Here's the payoff now to Wally Backman. On the way, swing, bouncer, second baseman will have to charge. Throws, got him on the play. Fitzgerald scores, and they have cut the lead in half. So Backman bouncing to Sandberg. Sandberg had to go quite a ways to his right at that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. That's how an important double at the right time with a man on first is so important to the ball club, because the Cubs had to play their infielders deep. Even with a pitcher at bat, they played deep because they didn't want Fernandez to dribble one through the infield for a base hit. And those were 2 easy runs for the Mets to cut the lead in half.
All right, now there's nobody on. Mookie Wilson, who bounced to Sandberg in the opening inning. Sandberg will now go back to the full wind. Cubs 4, Mets 2, third inning. Here's the pitch. High fastball, and it is 1-0. Illinois getting ready to go, Vinny?
Yep, they are trailing Stanford in the first quarter.
Swing, and a miss, 1-1.
Stanford 7, fighting Illini 3 in the first period.
A ball and a strike. Sanderson looks in, gets a sign. Left-hand batter waiting. Now the wind and a pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He just did Scotty a favor. That pitch was way up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mets have put a deuce on the board here. Cut it in half. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. A let-up. Just missed outside. 2-2. Tantalizing, but Wilson laid off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 2 runs in. Cubs have 4 runs, 2 hits. New York, 2 runs, 2 hits. Here's the pitch. Swinging, line to right. Moreland back and reaching up, grabs it. That ball was well hit. Moreland got a good break on it, went back, hauled it down, side retired. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. We're in the middle of the third. Cubs 4, Mets 2.
We got what it takes to value.
No one likes to hear the sound of breaking glass. But when you do, relax. You can replace broken or cracked windows with quality glass available from True Value hardware stores. Hi, Pat Summerall to say when the local quarterback throws a pass through your window or your favorite picture falls and cracks, your nearby True Value dealer can supply you with everything you need for major and minor glass repairs. He'll gladly cut the glass to the exact size you need, and your True Value hardware dealer will provide you with step-by-step instructions so you can confidently and expertly install the glass yourself. You'll also find a complete selection of glazing points, putty and putty knives to help you do the job right. Get the quality window glass and accessories you need at participating True Value hardware stores and home centers where you'll find values in every department, and say that Pat Summerall sent you.
We got what it takes to value.
Whatever you do, make it worthwhile. And when you do it, you gotta do it with style. That's great old style. It's the water and the brewing. I wouldn't change a thing we're doing, 'cause when we brew it, we do it with style. That's great old style.
Old style beer. G. Harlan Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
WGN invites you to spend Saturday afternoons with sports. Right after the game, we'll have the scoreboard, Jack Brickhouse with fan interviews, and Chuck Swirsky's Saturday edition of Sports Central until 6 p.m. Scores, highlights, interviews, and more right here on WGN Radio.
Into the bottom of the third, it'll be Gary Matthews, who singled and drove in a run in the first, later scored a run. He'll be followed by Moreland and then Cey. Sid Fernandez finds himself back in it now after falling 4 runs behind. It's 4-2 Chicago. Here's the pitch to the Sarge. Fastball a little tight on the letters, 1-0. Boston 4, Yankees 3. They're in the bottom of the 7th at New York. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Didn't mean to. Swing at a liner. Foul just down the right side. Almost got an excuse me double.
Wouldn't that be a nice one? He wouldn't have taken it, though. He would have wanted to bat again, I'm quite sure.
1 ball, 1 strike. You folks all listening to that know that Lou also has some land he's pushing down in Arizona.
I wish I had some.
They'll probably hold a golf tournament on it.
No.
I thought he had half a whole, that Toltec subdivision. Fouled up to the right side. Oh, don't get into that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matthews, 2 for 5 in the series. Waiting as the left-hander delivers the 1-2. Swing and a high foul back to the right. Catcher and first baseman both take a look, but that wind blowing in at about 18 miles an hour now just blew it back over the dugout by about 8 or 10 rows. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matthews leading it off in the third. Lou Holtz is finding out what it's like to coach in the Middle West, isn't he?
Yeah,
Here's the 1-2. Way high a ball.
Just thinking he probably is going to have to save a few punchlines for the Golden Gopher Gridiron Club when he gets back there. They are trailing Nebraska 24-0 in the second quarter.
Here's the 2-2. Strike call with a fastball. Sarge caught looking. So, since Fernandez got through that wild first inning, he's settled down a little.
Yes, he has. As we mentioned earlier, he was nervous in that first inning, issuing 2 walks to the first 2 hitters he faced, and they both scored.
Here's Moreland, popped up to the first baseman first time up. High inside with a fastball, ball 1.
Milo and Lou, the guys for fans who were at the Navy North Carolina game, got their money's worth. It wound up 33-30, Navy over North Carolina.
Swing and a foul back. Where was that game?
At North Carolina.
Might have been a little wind blown over there.
That had to be some fun.
A ball and a strike to Moreland. Moreland looking for his first hit in the series. 0 for 5 as he stands in now. Left-hander ready. Kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss.
Got a pretty good fastball, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Seems to be alive and it moves away from right-handed hitters.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Like a very promising young pitcher.
He's ready again, and the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a foul down the left side. Still 1-2. On deck, you've got Ron Cey. The 2 hits in that inning were by Matthews and Cey. Matthews drove in the first run. Cey drove in runs 2 and 3. Cey later scored on a wild pitch. That's the way the Cubs picked up 4 in the first inning. Then in the third, New York came back to get a pair. So it's 4-2 now, Chicago. Swinging, fly ball center. Wilson goes back about 5 steps, reaches up, grabs it, and is 2 away. Hit that ball with 1 hand.
Wilson almost misjudged that ball. Coming in quickly for the first 2 or 3 steps. Then he had to stop up and go back, and reach up and make the grab.
That'll bring up the Penguin. 1 for 1, a double, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Now has 93 ribbies for the year, and Jody Davis due up next. Nobody on here, 2 down. Strike called right across the knees on Ron Cey. Since he walked Jody Davis intentionally in the first inning, Fernandez has settled down measurably. He has retired 7 in a row. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch on the way. Low inside, backed him off, and it's 1-1. Oakland's gone in front of Cleveland 2-0. They've played an inning at Oakland.
That was on Dwayne Murphy's 30th home run of the year. 2-run shot.
Now the left-hander ready. A little low, and it's 2-1. Seaver and the White Sox still tied 1-1, bottom of the 4th at Anaheim. Here, the Cubs lead New York 4-2. We're in the third, and the 2-1 on the way. Bounced his breaking ball in the dirt that time, and it's 3-1 to Ron Cey. The hits are even at 2, but the Cubs have a 2-run lead. As the Penguin so often does, he'll step out on that pitcher. Now he's back up in there. Sign given by Mike Fitzgerald. Sid Fernandez has the sign, and he's ready. And the 3-1 on the way. Hit it bad as he tried to back away from it. Cost him a foul strike as it jumps into the seats on the right side. And it's a full count. Tomorrow, back to the regular time, so 12:55 for the Jim Price Show. Hope you got in early for the Leadoff man today, Good Kid's guest was Dwight Gooden, one of the phenoms of the decade. Foul back. You could probably stretch it farther than that.
Yeah, he was a cool customer. I can see how he stays cool and calm on the mound.
You mean that being interviewed by you didn't fluster him?
No.
Well, then you've proven your point.
No, that wouldn't do it, but I just asked him, coming out of New York with all the publicity, you would have to be awed by it.
High ball and Cey walks.
He said it was just part of the game for him.
Fourth walk. And brings up Jody Davis, who had one of those walks intentionally in the first inning. Jody, whose grand slam electrified the big crowd yesterday, and he got another big crowd in here today. Probably a little bigger today, isn't it?
Oh, yes, I would say so.
Yeah, because there's some standing room here today, and the Jody chant will start. And the pitch to him high inside a ball, and it's 1-0.
Coming back up to the booth just before the game, I really had to thread my way up the aisle, or through the aisle, rather, to get up here.
Well, I would have liked to
quite a
see that.
statement to make, yes. I was going to say the same thing, Milo.
Back to the ball game.
Here's the pitch. Low outside of ball, 2-0. On deck hitter, Leon Durham.
I had a very pleasant experience last night. Sisters of Resurrection Hospital had their first annual dinner dance to raise money for the building program they have, and they auctioned off some Cub baseball tickets.
Here's the pitch. Way high a ball.
Each set of 4 of them brought something like $160. I'm not talking about playoff or World Series, just tickets for a game coming up.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. Great cause.
All right, a 3-0 do. Look to first. Here's the 3-0 to Jody, and it's a strike across the letters on the inside corner, 3-1. Hernandez playing in front of Cey. Base on balls, put him there. Takes the lead. Look over. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. He had a rip. 3-2. Jody Davis broke out of a long home run slump yesterday. It had been going on a month. Well, he made up for it in some way, didn't he? He had a grand slam into the wind. Runner at first going. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a foul tip. Second strikeout in the inning. Fourth in the last 2 innings for the young lefty. And we have played through 3. At the end of 3 in the middle game is this 3-game series. Chicago Cubs 4, New York Mets 2.
Hello again, everybody, with Lou Boudreau, Vince Lloyd, and Milo Hamilton. This is Harry Carey at Wrigley Field. We're going down to the top of the 4th inning. The Cubs are out in front, 4-2. Keith Hernandez takes the first pitch high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes, the pitch. Again, it's high, ball 2. Cubs are ahead 4-0, but the Mets are hanging tough. And they cut that lead in half. It's 4-2 now. Now the delivery, here it is. A bouncing ball, that'll be easy. Sandberg over to first, 1 away. Sandberg throws out Keith Hernandez.
There had to be a big roar a little while ago out at Anaheim, California, when Reggie Jackson walloped his 499th career home run, a 2-run shot of Tom Seaver. The Angels have taken a 4-1 lead.
Here's Strawberry. The pitch is outside. Well, Reggie's always said the only way he could be sure of making the Hall of Fame eventually would be if he had a total of 500 or more home runs. He's only 1 away from that.
Yep.
500. 1 out. Nobody on. 2 balls, no strikes. Now the delivery, here it is. Swung on, a ground ball. Sandberg to his right. Great stop, the throw.
Whoa!
He got him, a spectacular play.
Oh, let me tell you.
Holy cow.
You could throw out Strawberry
And he was going down that line as fast as he could, looking for a base hit. That was a beautiful play.
He ranged far to his right. The ball was headed for center field. He backhanded it, hurried his throw, knowing how fast Strawberry could run, and he got him on a bang-bang play, and the crowd roared. That was beautiful. 2 men up, 2 men down. Here now is Foster. He bounced out his first time up. Sanderson's pitch. In there, a beauty. Strike call. 1 strike to nothing. Robin Yount hit a grand slam from Milwaukee today. The pitch. Bouncing ball. Say's got it. To his left. Throws. For the out. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 4-2 in favor of the Cubs.
If you'd like to be in control of your income taxes and possibly minimize this expense, consider opening a tax-deferred Tallman Home annuity. You pay no taxes on your interest earnings in a Tallman Home annuity until that interest is withdrawn. And you can choose from a variety of payout options. Just think how much more rapidly your savings can grow when all your interest remains in the account to compound daily instead of using some of your savings to pay current taxes on interest earned. These are advantages no other savings instrument can offer, namely fast growth with tax-deferred interest and many options for payout at any time. The Tallman Home Annuity is issued by GNA, Great Northern Insured Annuity Corporation, Seattle, Washington, and offered through Tallman Home Investments. You can open your Tallman Home Annuity with $5,000 or more. Just talk to a Tallman Home financial counselor. Tallman Home Annuity.
11-3. With Clifford Robinson, Floyd, Harry Carey back at Wrigley Field as we go now into the bottom of the 4th. Leading it off will be Leon Durham. Durham hit to a force play his first time at bat. Leon, who bats 4th ordinarily, is batting 7th against the left-hander. California leading the White Sox 4-1 at the end of 4, and the Cubs leading the Mets 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Durham takes the first pitch at the knees, a strike call. 1 strike to nothing. Into the windup, the pitch. Swung, and he missed the fastball. Boy, I tell you, Mary Beth Hughes played that cassette of the song our guys have recorded. Keith Moreland, Jody Davis, Leon Durham, Gary Woods, and Rick Sutcliffe. Here's a ground ball hit to the first baseman. Hernandez has it. Steps on the bag for an easy out. Cubs Blue, I think the title of it is. And boy, I tell you, it's remarkably good listening. It's got a great beat to it. And they really sound highly professional at it. 1 out, nobody on. Into the windup, the pitch, here it is. Swung, and he fouled it back. Larry Bowa had a good cut. Ball fly deep against the wind to Foster and left in the first inning. Notre Dame came from behind to beat Michigan State. There's a pitch high and outside. And the University of Wisconsin came from way back to Edge, Missouri, 35-34. Notre Dame winning 24-20. 1 out, nobody on. Fastball a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike. White Sox picked up another run in the 5th. Angels lead now is 4-2. Now ready. Here's the pitch. High, ball 3. 3 balls and a strike. 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Big crowd on hand. Cubs ought to go over the 900,000 mark tomorrow. Well, 1,900,000, that is. Here's the pitch. Foul back. And then a 3-game series opens here Tuesday afternoon. We're going to be broadcasting from the bleachers Tuesday.
Conceivably, the Cubs could clinch their championship sometime during that Pittsburgh series.
Well, the magic number is 7. That's up above our radio booth.
Yeah, we showed it on TV. Here's the pitch, a high pop foul, coming back and out of play.
It would be nice if we could clinch it during that Pittsburgh series.
I'm happy to find out, Lou, that your arithmetic retrogressively is just as accurate as it is progressively.
Oh, thank you. Only when it concerns baseball. Outside of that, the figures don't mean a thing.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. There's a high foul ball out of play. I was happy to see that you could come down from 11 to 10 to 9 to 7 as accurately as you can count up to 10.
Well, that's only because of my great hardware store helper in Dalton that had figured out this. I didn't do it.
Ball 4 low. Larry Bowa's on. You mean your True Value hardware?
I'm glad you said that, yeah.
I figured I'd save Ed Langto a phone call.
I'd probably get one anyway, collect.
Here now is Scott Sanderson. 1 out, 1 on. You know he'll be bunting. But I don't want to see Scott Sanderson ever swing the bat again or run. Seems like he always hurts his back when he does. I liked it when he was called out on strikes in the second inning, because I'd like to see him pitch a complete game here today.
Well, he would love to do that.
1 out, 1 on. The delivery's going to bunt. It is bunted foul. And Bowa will return. 4-2, the Cubs are leading. Lou will get the big number 5 up.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Hold this lead.
That'll be nice, Harry.
San Diego's magic number is 6. So the Cubs will be closer to clinching it than San Diego will be if they win today. Now the stretch. Fernandez throws over to first base. 1 man out. The delivery. There's a good bunt. Keith Hernandez takes the throw to second, changes mind, threw to Backman covering the bag, a sacrifice.
I think Fitzgerald called him off of that play.
Yeah. Geraldo is one of the right-handers working in the bullpen.
And Gardner, Harry.
And Wes Gardner. And Bobby Dernier started the game with the walks, stole his 43rd base, a career high, later scored. Runner at second base, 2 out. Now the pitch. Fastball in there, a strike called. 1 strike to nothing. It's chilly in the shade of the grandstand. Beautiful in the sunshine. Now the pitch to Dernier. Slow curve line to left. Fair ball, base hit. A run will score. Rolling into the corner. Here's Dernier holding up at second base with a double. Bobby Dernier, his 31st run batted in. His 24th double of the year.
And another base on balls scores.
Yep. The oddity in this ball game, we now have 5 runs, they have a pair, and there's been a grand total of 5 hits by both teams combined.
The Cubs now have 3 hits, good for 5 runs. They have 2 runs on 2 hits. So each team is making the most of their opportunity.
Well, it's almost like a repeat performance of yesterday's game when Darling walked 5 Cubs and all 5 men scored.
Base on ball. Here's Davy Johnson coming out. Former second baseman for the Baltimore Orioles. And he was a member of the Cubs.
Yes.
For a short while. That's going to be all for Sid Fernandez. We have a new pitcher coming in, and we'll tell you all about him in a moment.
You know, before the...
Les Gardner's going to be the new pitcher for the Mets. What we got on him, Lou?
We have 1 victory and 1 defeat, Harry. Earned run average of 6.43. This is his 19th game since being recalled. He has 1 save to his credit. He's pitched 21 innings, allowed 27 hits, 15 earned runs. No home runs have been hit off of his serving.
Here now is Ryne Sandberg. Pitch a little bit low, ball 1. Bobby Dernier, the runner at second base. 5-2 in favor of the Cubs. Now the delivery, here it is. Fastball a little bit outside, ball 2. Cubs are shooting for their 8th straight over the Mets here at Wrigley Field. And going for their 12th victory in 17 contests this year. Now to stretch the pitch. He swung and he missed the breaking ball. 2 balls and a strike. 5-2, the Cubs lead. It's all over but the shouting. What day, though, will it be that the Cubs clinch it? Hopefully it'll happen here at Wrigley Field. Now the stretch, the pitch, a fastball of the low, ball 3. Boy, Alabama came back in college football to beat Georgia Tech.
No.
What you got?
16-6, Georgia Tech over the Crimson Tide.
You got 2 games there. Who won this? Navy beat North Carolina 33-30.
Oh, we got a lot of games there.
What'd you say about my arithmetic? His arithmetic is like a doctor's prescription, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't like the way he writes it. 3-2 pitch, swung and a foul ball back and out of play.
I thought you could read Arabic.
Georgia Tech has defeated Alabama 16-6.
Yep.
Navy edged North Carolina 33-30. And boy, Wisconsin came roaring from behind to beat Missouri 35-34. The pitch. Smash. Knight has it. Long throw in time to retire the side. Sandberg hit that ball hard, but right at Ray Knight. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. At the end of 4, the Cubs 5, the Mets 2. With Hall of Famer Lou Boudreau and Vince Lloyd, Harry Carey, back at Wrigley Field. As we go to the top of the 5th, Cubs are out in front, 5-2. Leading it off, Hubie Brooks. Big crowd on hand. More of the same tomorrow, and hopefully the Cubs will clinch the championship, their first since 1945, sometime during the Pittsburgh series, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoon. Here's Sanderson's first pitch. Curveball in there, beauty. Strike call. 1 strike and nothing. Nobody on, nobody out. Now the delivery, here it is. Swung and a curve, and he missed it.
Pulled the string on that one a bit, didn't he? Beautiful action he had with his body. Brooks was swinging at his body, not the ball.
Yeah, he was way out in front. Angels are leading the White Sox 5-2 at the end of 5.
Yeah, in addition to Reggie Jackson's home run, Bobby Grich and Freddie Lynn hit homers.
Here's a pitch foul on a play.
Well, that Freddie Lynn has been hot, too, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been on a rampage. Those Angels are in a good position.
They sure are. They're only half a game back starting today's play.
Yeah, only half game out. Here's a pitch. Swung on, a bouncing ball foul. Minnesota.
They were to wind up in a three-way tie. How many days would it take to play that one off?
Maybe one. Double header. 0-2 the count. Wait, one game in the afternoon and one at night. The pitch. He swings at a curve and he fouls it off. Cubs are out in front. 5-2. Scott Sanderson shooting for his 8th victory of the year. Sid Fernandez was knocked out. Here's the pitch. A bouncing ball right at Durham. He's got it. Feeds the pitcher covering for the out. Brooks bounces out from Durham to Sanderson. One man out. Sanderson walking very slowly back to the mound. As you mentioned, Harry, you don't like to see him run too much. I guess that's been a chronic ailment. Yes, huh? Yes, it is. And one never knows when that spasm appears or that back starts to bother. I guess mentally that's quite a handicap, too. You never know. Yeah. What one pitch will do, huh? Yeah. One ball, no strikes. Ryne singled, score their first run. In the third. Now the line, the pitch. And it's a little bit low. Bruce Fremming working the plate today.
Now he gets to stand in the shade, as does the batter.
Ball coming, being thrown now out of the bright sunshine into the shade of the stand. The pitch swung on. High fly ball, short right field. Coming, a drop between Sandberg and Moreland.
I wonder if Moreland had trouble ever even picking that ball up.
It looked like he didn't pick it up at all, Vince. He didn't run after the ball as if he saw it.
Yeah.
So it's a blue hit for Ray Knight. And that's will bring up Mike Fitzgerald, who's done quite a job against the Cubs.
That'll be a tough sky out there, Lou, huh?
Yes, it is right now. Even though it's early in this ball game, you can tell by the shadows of the upper deck is already over home plate. Fitzgerald hitting .341 against Cubs pitching this year. He doubled his last time at bat. There's the fastball right in there for a strike call. One man out, one man on. 5-2 in favor of the Cubs. Ball game in the fifth. Tomorrow's game starts at 1:20. Now the delivery. A little dribbler coming over for Sandberg. His only play, first base. 2 men are gone. And now they'll bring up the pitcher unless they're going to pinch hit for him, and they are.
Yeah.
It's Heath. Danny Heath will bat. So Gardner's out of the ball game already. Leaving far. A pinch hitter, Danny Heath. 5-2 in favor of the Cubs. University of Washington beat Michigan 20-11 today in college football. Now the signal. The pitch to Danny Heath. Fastball in there, a beauty, a strike call. Penn State and Iowa having quite a battle. Now the pitch. Slow curve, swung on and foul. And Miami of Florida having his hands full against Purdue.
Harry, we just got a late score on that one. It's now in the third quarter. Miami of Florida leading Purdue now 28-17.
They've taken charge.
Yep.
I guess Kosar has completed a few touchdown passes.
I would guess.
And you were asking about Bethune-Cookman. They've defeated Howard today 19-6 as predicted.
I wasn't really asking about them.
Oh. I thought somebody asked about that.
2 men are out. Danny Heap waiting. The pitch. High. Bethune who? Sounds like an advertising agent.
Or a law firm.
1-2 the count. 5-2 the Cubs lead.
And the Angels are now leading the White Sox 8-2, still batting in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now the pitch, here it is. Swung, and he struck him out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go into the bottom of the 5th. Still 5-2 Cubs.
Look at all these trucks. Over 30 different models.
Hi, welcome to your Chevy dealer. Can I help you?
Oh, there, young man. I'm Pop. And I'm Bob.
Oh, how do you tell each other apart?
Well, I have a blue beard. He smells different. Yeah.
What can I do for you?
Well, we're a couple of miners from out back there.
Oh, what are you mining for?
Not gold. Yeah, we need a big, tough pickup truck. Some low price.
Well, you might be interested in Chevy's full-size pickup then.
Oh.
Chevy C10 short wheelbase gasoline model fleet-side pickup has a base price of only $6,970.
Oh, yeah?
This is based on manufacturer's suggested retail price, including dealer prep, tax, license, destination charge, and available equipment additional.
How's that sound?
That's what we need, a Chevy pickup. Comfy, as well as strong and masculine. Yeah.
But big enough to carry a lot of that?
Not gold. No.
Chevy's full-size pickup at an affordable price.
Well, that sounds good to me, Pop. We'll take 2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them.
What color do you want?
Not gold. No, not gold.
See your Chevy dealer for a tough, full-size Chevy pickup.
Among the many spectacular spotlight values at John M. Smith's Homemakers are beautiful chairs from Rowe. Each a $250 value, these Rowe chairs are a special purchase price at $149. That's a $100 savings. Choose contemporary or traditional, just $149 each. Typical of many values you'll find at Homemakers during...
ABC college football commentator Bino Cook joins Wally Phillips every Friday morning for a preview of the weekend in college football. Hear it from the veteran Friday morning on WGN.
Let's pause here. This is the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
WGN Radio is Chicago, where we talk Cubs all day and night.
Harry Carey back at Wrigley Field. Calvin Schiraldi, the Texas League Pitcher of the Year, where he won 14, lost 3. A right-hander is pitching to Gary Matthews. And quickly goes ahead of him. 0-2 is the count. Matthews singled in the first run of the ballgame. Now the delivery. A little bit low. 1-2. Lou will tell you a little something about Schiraldi in just a moment here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Just missed inside to even it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A big 4 for California in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the pitch. There's a drive in the right field, but the wind will blow it foul. What do you know about this guy?
Well, not too much. They just brought him up about 2 weeks ago. He's 0-1 with an earned run average of 6.48. This is only his 3rd appearance, and he has started 2 ball games. He was a rookie that started 2 ball games. He's pitched 8 1/3 innings, allowed 13 hits and 6 runs. He has walked 2, and he has struck out 7.
The big right-hander fires. Again, it's a high foul ball out of play into the right field stand. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on and nobody out. Calvin Schiraldi. The 2-2 pitch. Ball 3 is high. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. He wants him, ball 4. And boy, Gary Matthews continues to provide hits and walks.
and RBI. He's a total of 73 RBIs so far this year. And leads the club in walks. Here's Moreland taking the pitch inside. Matthews now has 94 walks. Keith Hernandez for the Mets leads the league with 95. Here's the throw to first, the runner back. 5-2 in favor of the Cubs. Now the throw to first, the runner back. The Angels 8 and the White Sox 2 at the end of 5 at Anaheim. Here's the delivery. A little bit low. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strike. Milwaukee blanking Baltimore 7-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Good fastball at the knee. 2 balls and a strike. The right field will be caught. Strawberry getting under the ball, and he has it. Moreland flies to Strawberry. Is that Northwestern score a final, Vince?
Not yet, Harry. Last we had on them, they were leading Syracuse 12-6 in the fourth quarter up at Northwestern.
Here's Ron Cey. Drove in 2 runs with a double in the first. He now has 93 RBI.
We do have one final in, and I'm sure the Hoosiers are happy it's over. Indiana got walloped by Kentucky 48-14.
1 ball, no strikes on Ron Cey. Matthews, the runner at first, 1 away. Bottom of the 5th. Now the stretch, the 5th. There's a ground ball to the shortstop out at second. They're going to get 2 out at first, the double play. From Brooks to Backman to Hernandez. 6-4-3 if you're scoring. And it's no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. At the end of 5. Cubs lead is still 5-2.
The final stretch in a drive to the pennant may seem like a strange time to be talking about spring flowers, but it's the perfect time if you want to show off a sea of colorful flowers in your yard next spring. Come to Frank's now to buy the bulbs you'll need. At Frank's, you'll find all your favorites, including hyacinths, daffodils, lilies, and irises. You'll also find other species that are just as beautiful but less well known. The thing to remember about flowering bulbs is that the success of your flowers next spring depends on the size, firmness, and protective covering of the bulbs you plant now. And you can be sure of getting a wide selection of healthy, firm bulbs at a good price by coming to Frank's. These bulbs need to be planted right now if you want to show a sea of colorful flowers in your yard next spring. Don't put it off. Spring is just around the corner.
Mixed tulip bulbs. That's regularly $2.49 per 20 bulb pack. Now just $1.99 at Frank's.
Ever wonder what would happen if you or someone in your family came down with a serious illness? A really serious illness? Would your health insurance cover all those extra costs? You could if you are a member of the Chicago HMO. The 80,000 members of Chicago HMO know that they are guaranteed that care, including specialists, hospital expenses, diagnostic tests, intensive care, more than 600 qualified and dedicated physicians and specialists, staff nearly 100 Chicago HMO medical facilities in every neighborhood of Chicago and surrounding suburbs. Find out how Chicago HMO can help you and your company. Call them today at 751-7400.
Watch for Cash Corner, instant cash, day or night, coming soon to your nearby Illinois Chicagoland White Inn Pantry.
Harry Carey back at Wrigley Field. We go to the top of the 6th. Hey, tomorrow the chicken's going to be an added attraction here. The famous San Diego chicken will be entertaining the fans with his hilarious antics.
compliment the Browns chicken tomorrow. Here's Wally Backman to lead it off. Top of the sixth. 5-2 in favor of the Cubs. The Red Sox nipped the Yankees 4-3. Now the wind-up, the pitch on the way. Backman takes a curve low and outside. 1 ball, no strike. Sanderson's pitch. Swung and he bounced it foul.
And
the count evens a ball and a strike.
Excuse me, Harry. The Penn State University of Iowa football game has just ended, and Penn State's Nittany Lions came out with a 3-point victory, 20-17 over Iowa.
That's not a ball game.
Yep.
A ball and a strike. Now the pitch. He bunts. Sanderson has it. Throws to first just inside. One away.
I think Sanderson
trying to beat out a bunt.
Excuse me, I think Sanderson may have hurt himself, did he? I guess not.
Oh, he's all right, I guess. 1 out. Here's Mookie Wilson. All game in the 6th. Milwaukee shut out Baltimore 7-0 today. And the Red Sox beat the Yankees 4-3. Here's the pitch of Mookie Wilson. Takes a strike call.
In that Milwaukee triumph, the shutout, a young pitcher with a heralded name in baseball, Bob Gibson, got his first victory of the year.
1 out, nobody on. Here's the pitch. Another strike on the outside corner. 0-2 the count. The outfield playing, Mookie Wilson, shaded towards the left. There's a slow curve missed outside. 1-2 the count. Cubs started early in this one, got 4 in the first inning. And the Mets got 2 in the third. Cubs added 1 in the fourth. And that's where we are. Here's a slow curve outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 5-2 Chicago. Now Sanderson is ready. The delivery. Swings and he fouls it out of play. The Cubs are shooting for their 8th straight at Wrigley Field over the Mets this year. Now ready, 2-2. Sanderson gets set. Here's the pitch. Fouled it back. The Cubs play the Mets here tomorrow. They'll have one final weekend at home, and that's the last 3 games of the season against the St. Louis Cardinals. And those 3 games have been designated Fan Appreciation Day weekend. Here's the pitch a little bit low and inside. And there'll be hundreds and hundreds of prizes given to the fans out of their appreciation. Now the delivery, here it is. Oh, boy, he walked it. Mookie Wilson gets a base on ball.
That's the first of the day.
Yeah.
And now Fry wants to ask permission from Fromming to go out there and see how his back is fielding. I would speculate to that effect.
It seemed to me when he made that fine play to throw out Bachman,
that's right.
He hurt himself.
Well, this is what Fry has told the umpire. Now, this does not charge Fry a visit. He wants to find out. Gordy started to warm up just a couple of minutes ago. But he says it's okay.
Yeah.
All right, Sanderson indicated to Jim Fry quickly that Felt all right. So with a runner at first, one out, here's Keith Hernandez. Top of the sixth. 5-2, the Cubs are leading.
Son of a gun. What happened? Just got the final. Syracuse came back and beat Northwestern 13-12.
Oh. First pitch is in there for a strike call to Hernandez. Hernandez something on the 2 today. Now Sanderson getting ready. One out, one on. From the belt, the pitch. There goes the runner. There's the peg. And he is in there with a stolen base. His 44th of the year.
He can fly, can't he?
Yep. So now they have a man in scoring position. A ball and a strike to count on Keith Hernandez. One of the better hitters in the National League. Angels batting in the bottom of the sixth, leading the White Sox 8-2. Now the stretch, the pitch, slow curve of beauty is strike call.
That Illinois-Stanford game is now in the second period, and Stanford is leading the Illini 21-13.
Stanford leading the Illini, just said?
Yeah, by 8 points, 21-13.
1-2 the count. The coach of Stanford is the quarterback's father, Elway, John Elway. Now to stretch the pitch. Swung, and he struck him out on a slow curve. Hernandez was really fooled by that.
Well, you don't see him take that kind of a swing very often, do you?
Oh, you don't. He was fooled completely.
A deceptive off-speed pitch. Fooled Keith Hernandez. Here's Strawberry. Nothing on his 2 today. 2 men around. Runner in scoring position. Now the pitch by Sanderson. Good fastball at the knee. 1 strike to nothing. Cardinals wall of Pittsburgh 8-3 today. Now the stretch. The pitch. Strike 2 call. Houston edged San Diego 3-2. Other games will be played tonight.
Just an indication of how great our pitching has been in this series thus far. Hernandez, Strawberry, and Foster have had a combination of only 2 hits. That's their 3, 4, and 5th men in the lineup.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. Wide, a fastball. Usually when you stop the heart of the guys batting order,
they're not going to score many runs against, are they?
No.
You're keeping yourself and your ball club in the game.
Jody Davis talking to Scott Sanderson. Activity in the bullpen for the Cubs. Now ready? 1-2 the count. Sanderson blowing into his pitching hand. Now the pitch. Here it is. Slow curve drilled into center field will be caught. And Dernier grabs Strawberry's line drive. No runs, no hits. No errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still Chicago 5, New York 2.
Get the complete football story Monday nights on WGN's Sports Central. Bob Thomas from the Bears and Bino Cook from ABC Sports cover the pro and college football scene Monday night, 6:30, WGN Sports Central.
Carry back at Wrigley Field. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Jody Davis is the hitter. Schiraldi on the hill. Here's the pitch. Swung on, ground ball. Deep shot. He's got a chance to beat him out. They got him! Oh, Hernandez, what a stab on a throw that bounced over there on the short hop. Skipping off that ground, but he came up with the ball cleanly.
Boy, man, oh man, what a great play that was. That ball skipped off of the grass. It went high above Hernandez's head, and yet he followed it, caught it, kept his foot on the bag.
Tremendous play. Brooks throwing the ball from deep short. The third baseman Knight dived for him, but couldn't reach it. Here now is Durham, and the first pitch he had a cut at. 1 strike and nothing. 1 man out, nobody on. Ball game in the 6th. There's a fastball at the knees. Notre Dame down 17-3 at the half. Came on to beat Michigan State 24-20. Here's a pitch, bouncing ball up the middle, base hit. Durham singles sharply to center. And another big comeback in college football, Wisconsin. Down something like 28-7 against Missouri. Came on to beat them 35-34. 1 out, 1 on. Here's Larry Bowa turning around to hit left-handed against Calvin Schiraldi. Here's a stretch, the pitch he was going to bunt with the pitcher coming up next. But the pitch was low, ball 1. The idea of the bunt was to beat it out for a hit. But he pulled back at the last moment and took ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. There goes the runner, swung on line drive. In the right field, going to be caught by Strawberry for a double play. With the runner going, all Strawberry had to do once he caught it, he knew he had a double play. Flipped it into Keith Hernandez.
He could have run in for an unassisted double play, couldn't he?
Yeah. So, it's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. Mine will be rejoining Vincent Lou in a moment. This is Harry Carey at Wrigley Field. We're at the end of 6. It's the Cubs 5 and the Mets 2.
Hello again, everybody. This is Harry Carey. To most do-it-yourselfers, a valuable tool is one they can use for a variety of jobs. And during September, True Value Hardware stores are offering such a tool at a special low price. It's their Master Mechanic Propane Torch Kit for just $6.49 as the tool value of the month. This kit includes a 14-ounce tank of propane fuel, a pencil point tip, and an instruction manual. True Value Hardware stores suggest you use it to loosen rusted bolts or solder pipes, and for lighting charcoal, too. Get your Master Mechanic Propane Torch Kit for only $6.49 while supplies last during September at participating True Value Hardware stores.
We got what it takes, True Value. Whatever you do, make it worthwhile. And when you do it with style and Fredo style. Do it with style and Fredo style. Do it with style.
Just a few thoughts about style, brought to you by Old Style Beer. G. Highland Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Got a taste for a pizza? Well, bring your Cub ticket stub within a week to any Lou Malnati's location and get $2 off on a large Malnati's gourmet pizza. Delicious offer, good till the season ends.
Our ball game is moving to the 7th at Wrigley Field. Milo Hamilton back with you on the radio side, along with Lou Boudreau and Vince Lloyd. Scott Sanderson still on. Thought maybe they might have had some thoughts about it because Bordy had warmed up a long time, but Scott's right back out there. He'll be looking at Foster, Brooks, and Knight. Foster 0 for 2 today, bounced to first and grounded to third. Sanderson working with a 5-2 lead as he pitches in the 7th inning. Sanderson ready, and the first pitch in the 7th inning on the way. High a ball, and it's 1-0. Boston beat the Yankees 4-3. Milwaukee shut out Baltimore 7-0. Houston got by San Diego 3-2. St. Louis pounded the Pirates 8-3. You'll hear all the particulars on the scoreboard with Vinny right after the game.
Talk about Heartbreak Hotel at Evanston. Yeah, wasn't that a shame? Syracuse beat the Wildcats 13-12. Must have happened in the last minute or so. We didn't get any details on it, but it had to be that because they were leading, I think, with about 3 minutes to go. 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul back. Must have had a heck of a game at Iowa City, too. Yep, and Iowa came out of the short end of that one against Penn State 20-17, but that's a tough battle. Last year, they played at Penn State, and Iowa won there, so they just flip-flopped it today. And for those who might have missed it earlier today, Michigan fell to Washington up at Ann Arbor. Washington winning over Michigan 20-11. And this halftime score, Stanford leads Illinois 24-13 at the half. Don't say that out loud. The good kid's listening. Oh. Lower lip is beginning to drag, isn't it?
Oh, wait till the second half.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a smash foul by Bobby Valentine. Hits into the Cub bullpen and rolls out of there. Ball game in the 7th inning. Cubs about hit them 4-3, leading the score 5-2.
Well, I mentioned the success thus far in this first 2 games for the Cubs have been holding the combination of Hernandez, Strawberry, and Foster to 2 hits among the 3 of them.
Very good point, because those guys can drive you crazy if they start hitting together. Foster is 1 for 6 in this series. Scott Sanderson ready in the 1. Yep, Foster going to step out on it. The mound now, the shadow is right by the pitching rubber. Sanderson ready, and the 1-2 pitch. Dropped a little low with something off of it. 2-2. California very much in the race, and they're keeping it that way today against the White Sox, aren't they? Yeah, Marlo, they broke that open with 3 in the 4th and 4 runs in the 5th inning, knocked out Tom Seaver and have an 8-2 lead. Swing and a miss with a high fastball. Foster did him a favor, didn't he, Lou?
Yes, he did. Bad pitch, so that's an indication that ball might be very difficult to follow when that pitcher releases it out of the sun and it comes quickly into the shade.
Here's Hubie Brooks. He's bounced out twice, once to second, once to first. Here's the first pitch, high a ball. 4-0-0-3-5. Well, the good standing room crowd put it over 40,000 here today in the house. 38,653 paid. That is a ball. 2-0 now to Brooks with nobody on and 1 away. They're on target now to $2 million, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
There are. 2 balls, no strikes. Sanderson ready. Right-hander kicks and he brings it. Swinging and a line drive right to say. Put out the glove and there it was. Good kid.
Well, that ball was hit like a bullet. Right to say. Good thing he was awake and waiting for that ball.
Ray Knight has 2 of their 3 hits. Both Texas League singles to right center. Scored a run in the 3rd. 1 of their 2 that they picked up in that inning. Nobody on, 2 down. Here's the pitch. High inside a ball to Ray Knight. Sanderson has pitched into the 7th. He has had a lead since the 1st inning when the Cubs picked up 4 runs. At the moment, the Cubs are leading 5-2. 1 ball, no strikes. Sanderson ready. Here's the pitch. Swinging, bouncer, short. Boa there. Convenient hop, fired. 1-2-3 inning. Boa to Durham. That'll do it in the 7th. And so the Chicago Cubs trying to melt down that magic number by 2 more today are out in front as they come to bat in the 7th inning by a score of 5-2. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Waukegan Tire and Supply Company and its 5 factory outlet stores. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Finding some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back going. Root for the country. So when it's the state for it.
Outlet, Factory Tire Outlet.
Free Cubs tickets. Waukegan Tire and their factory tire outlets will give you a free Cubs ticket for every new Michelin tire you buy while supply lasts. Now you can really drive home a winner with Waukegan Tire and their factory tire outlets, Michelin and free Cubs tickets. Waukegan Tire's factory tire outlet located at 730 North York Road in Elmhurst on I-94 and downtown Racine, Wisconsin, and both Waukegan Tire stores.
The fall basketball returns this fall on WGN Radio. Catch all the excitement as Joey Myers starts his first season as head coach of the Blue Demons, and hear all of the fall games on WGN Radio. All right, the fans settling down after their seventh inning stretch. Boy, the good kid is rehearsing already. He wants to get up there and change that number, but don't do it yet, Lou. Here's Sanderson leading off in the inning. There's a tapper past the mound. Second baseman Backman charges, has it, throws, and got him. Several of the young fans out here have been pointing up at that and holding up 5 fingers, or 4 fingers and a thumb, to be precise, wanting the good kid to change it. But we'll wait until it's official. Oh, you can't do it till it's over.
Oh, it's never over till it's over.
Thank you, Yogi Boudreau. Here's Bob Dernier with a walk, a bounce out, and a run-producing double, so he's figured in 2 of the Cub runs today. Cubs leading by 3 as they bat in the 7th inning.
I'll tell you, I'll hand out the ballot. I'll turn that 7 over to 6 at the end of 8.
No, don't do that. Don't take any chances, my man. No.
All right, I voted down 2-1.
What was that banner you were looking at down there, Vinny? That's from Hope College up in Michigan, and one of their noted alumni here today, and they had his name spelled correctly on there. You imagine how wide that banner had to be to get his name on it? Briesman. Wayne Briesman.
I thought there was 2 parts to the banner.
Oh. I told him he was down there, and he thought I was pulling his leg.
Yeah.
A strike, and it's 1-2.
Well, let go of it. I mean the leg, not the banner.
Then he really destroyed me. I said, I hope you paid that guy the 20 to make it. He said, no, I gave him your World Series ticket. That's a good way to ruin my day. There's a foul on a broken bat. Rolls down the right side. I want the playoff first. The World Series can wait. That's right. First things first, as Vinny always said. One thing at a time. Cubs in this game have had only 4 hits. They've gotten good mileage out of it because they've taken advantage of the wildness of the starting lefty, Sid Fernandez. For 2 days in a row, they've made those walks come back to haunt New York.
Indeed.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swinging and a fly ball right center. Mookie Wilson coming hard, won't get it. Dernier gets his 2nd straight hit and his 5th hit in 2 days. Boy, he fought off a pretty good pitch, Lou.
Yeah, this kid is a pretty good pitcher now. Good sidearm fastball that bears in on right-handed hitters.
Calvin Schiraldi. Another pitcher that they picked up that they never thought they would get. He was the most valuable player with the Texas Longhorn championship team, NCAA. And they got him for compensation in a foul cone deal. Ryne Sandberg looking for his first hit in the series. Throw over to first, not close. Good job. Side corner between the letters and the belt, and the count is 0-1. Another throw over, not in time. With California way out in front of the White Sox, they can put some pressure on Kansas City at Seattle tonight, couldn't they?
Yeah, and they've increased their lead. They're batting in the bottom of the 7th inning and now leading 11-2 over the Sox.
Well, pitch, low outside of ball. Yeah, Lou? You were getting ready to say something.
I was going to say that Dernier really hasn't got the move of Schiraldi down yet because he's had to dive back to the first base.
1 ball, 1 strike. Working on him again, doesn't get it.
Well, I think he has it now because he can extend his lead.
Checks over the shoulder. Dernier going. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Run and hit was on.
See, I know that because when Dernier dove back to the bag, he almost dove for the bag. Consequently, he could get off another step or 2. He knew that he could get back to that bag quickly.
All right, everybody back in place, and Dernier takes his lead. Hernandez holding against him.
Calvin Schiraldi, their third pitcher of the day. All young pitchers. Here's the pitch. Not going. Swinging a foul out of play way down to the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Back to the regular time tomorrow, 12:55 for the Jim Fry Show. We'll get a look at Bereni tomorrow. And Jim Fry has who? Trout? Yes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hey, a little closer. He had to dive back to make it.
Steve Trout today playing host to his little nephew.
He could handle that. Look back, runner going. Swinging, fly ball. Out into shallow left center. And it's going to be caught by the shortstop, and Dernier will be doubled off because they'll throw the ball back to the second baseman, Backman. He'll run it back toward Hernandez. And it's the second time in 2 innings that they've done that, and 3 double plays in the last 3 innings. But with the runner going, that's the price you pay. 8-4-3. No runs and 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. We played 7, and the Cubs are in front, 5-2.
Bald or partially bald? Well, now's the time to do something about it. Hairline Creations, 2 convenient locations, Chicago and Mount Prospect. Call 282-5454 for a free brochure.
All right, as we go to the 8th, and if you're keeping a card with us today, the ball that Sandberg hit was indeed caught in shallow left center, but the shortstop, Brooks, made the play, so it'll be 6-4-3 for the double play. Their third in 3 innings. Now here's Mike Fitzgerald with a double and a bounce out, and Big Lee Smith is heating it up in the Chicago bullpen. Scott Sanderson pitching into the 8th inning. The New York bullpen is also busy because the pitcher's due up next, and Ron Hodges is already in the on-deck circle. They want you to trade the number, Lou, but we don't do it till the last out, folks. We'll topper up the first base side. Sanderson over. They collide. He touched him. Oh, I hope he's all right.
Yeah.
Boy, that kind of a strain could do something to a bad back.
Well, it could loosen it up for one thing, but it might hurt him, too.
That's a tough way to get loose, I think. Ron Hodges will be the pinch hitter. Well, Scott seems to be all right. He went right back out there. Hodges batting for Calvin Schiraldi. They've got 2 lefties throwing in their bullpen. Orozco is one.
Corman is the other.
All right. Here's the pitch to Hodges. High fastball. Pops away from Jody. No harm, nobody on. Sanderson has pitched a 3-hitter and is out in front 5-2. Well, when he's been healthy, Sanderson has pitched very respectable baseball.
Yes, he has.
Going for his 8th win today. Came in 7-4. That's a ball. And it's 2-0 to Hodges. He's hitting 200. 1 homer and 10 RBIs. Cubs won yesterday. Knocked the number to 7. They're trying to get it to 5 here today. Hodges yesterday was a pinch hitter, hit into a double play. He's 1 for 7 against the Cubs this year. High fastball, 3-0. Cubs won yesterday, 7-1. Jody Davis had a grand slam, and Sutcliffe went all the way. Scott Sanderson has pitched into the 8th of this one. Got 1 away and has fallen behind Hodges. 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch. He walked him on 4 pitches. Now Jim Fry is going to come out. That's the second walk given up by Scott.
Fry don't want to take any chances, not only with the ball game, but for the individual himself, Sanderson. And he wants to be sure, and he's already called Smith in.
So the crowd's starting to buzz now because Lee Smith is going to be coming in for the Cubs. Oquendo will be a runner for Hodges. Now here's a hand for Scott Sanderson. Scotty tips his cap as he disappears into the dugout. Lee Smith on his way. A pitching change at Wrigley Field. Back right after this message.
Danny, the baseball game was last week. No one cares anymore. But I was safe. You were out. My dad says he got a picture of it. You'll see I was safe.
Catch baseball's great moments with Color VR 400 color print film. It can stop sports heroes in their tracks.
Okay, here's the picture. Were you safe? Look, let's be mature about this. It's not who wins or loses. It's how you play the game. You were out.
Kodak, because time goes by.
Hello again, everybody. This is Harry Carey. To most do-it-yourselfers, a valuable tool is one they can use for a variety of jobs. And during September, True Value Hardware stores are offering such a tool at a special low price. It's their Master Mechanic Propane Torch Kit for just $6.49 as the tool value of the month. This kit includes a 14-ounce tank of propane fuel, a pencil point tip, and an instruction manual. True Value Hardware stores suggest you use it to loosen rusted bolts or solder pipes, and for lighting charcoal, too. Get your Master Mechanic Propane Torch Kit for only $6.49 while supplies last during September at participating True Value Hardware stores.
We got True Value.
Jose Oquendo is going to run at first for Hodges. Lee Smith has come on in relief of Sanderson.
Smith has 9 victories, 6 defeats, 3.58 earned run average. This is his 64th game. He has 31 saves. He's pitched 93 innings, allowed 88 hits, 37 runs. 6 home runs have been hit off of his servings. He's walked 32 while striking out 75.
He's done a good job against New York. 2 wins, 1 loss, 2 saves. Saved 1 for Ruthven, saved 1 for Stoddard, and then Stoddard saved 1 for him. 11 in the 3rd innings and 6 outings against them. 8 hits, 2 runs only. They were earned. 4 walks, 2 of those were intentional, 6 strikeouts. Throw to first, pinch runner Oquendo back in time. Lee Smith. Big right-hander stretches, looks back, delivers. That's a strike call. So Wally Backman, who is 0 for 3 today, got credit for an RBI in the 3rd when he bounced out the 2nd. A .275 hitter. Left-hand batter waiting. Smith looks to first. Oquendo with the lead. Not go. Here's the pitch swung on. Fly ball left field. Matthews going back, still back, and it's going to be over him up into the ivy. Oquendo will come to third and stop. Well, I tell you, Backman got that ball up into a wind, and I'm sure Matthews never thought that he would hit one over his head today.
Not with the wind blowing in the way it is, and Gary Turn got back as quickly as he could. I tell you, Backman surprised me with his power that way.
First hit off Smith, hit number 4 for the New York Mets. That'll bring up Mookie Wilson, 0 for 2, walked the last time up and stole a base. So now it's tightened up here, folks. Cubs are leading 5-2, but 2 runners are in scoring position. Mookie Wilson, the left-hand batter, facing Lee Smith. Right-hander stretches, checks the runners, hesitates, delivers. Strike, fastball right down the middle.
Get nervous whenever that tying run comes to the plate.
Oh, you got to believe it. This Met Ball Club, you know they had to be down a little after the loss yesterday that pretty well sealed their fate. But they have scrapped here today. They fell behind 4-0 in the 1st inning, and here they are battling in the 8th. Runners 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Into the dirt, a good stop of it by Jody Davis. That saved a run right there for the time being. A ball and a strike. Runners leading, 2nd and 3rd. Mookie Wilson waiting on a 1-1. Sign given by Jody. Smith comes to the set, hesitates, kicks and he fires. Swinging a bouncer into right field, a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Mookie Wilson gets 2 runs home with a ball that a diving Durham could not head off. And it's a 1-run game. And the tying run is on and brings to bat Keith Hernandez. So 2 straight hits off Lee Smith. Oh, it'd be a crime if Scott Sanderson were to leave this game and have it blown after he got out of here.
He really pitched a good, strong game. 3 hits and 7 in the third innings. Now he's charged with one of those runs. The 3 of the Mets runs go against Scott today. So let's hang on to the win point.
Keith Hernandez 0 for 3. Bounced to first, grounded to second, struck out swinging. He's 1 for 7 in the series. Came in with a 6-game hitting streak. So to first, Mookie Wilson, a real base-stealing threat, had to dive back, and he made it. And Smith is a target to steal off of. That big, long carries, that long trunk where he comes down to stretch. Threw in the dirt, and Durham saved him a throwing error. Oh, the natives are getting restless here.
So are a few broadcasters.
Well, we're natives.
That's right.
Look back to first. Throw over, runner back. Orozco now throwing in their pen because they're back within a run. George Frazier has started to loosen in the Cubs bullpen because Lee Smith has come in and been touched for 2 hits. 2 runs are in, and it's a 5-4 game. Down low a ball. 1-0 to Keith Hernandez. Darryl Strawberry due up next. So it doesn't get any easier. The Mets putting the pressure on here in the 8th inning. They came to bat in the inning trailing 5-2. They've tightened it up to 5-4. 317 hitter Hernandez, number 2 in the league. He and Sandberg looks like they'll battle for that 2 spot behind Tony Gwynn. Throw to first, runner back. So the New York Mets, knowing yesterday full well that they had to win and then sweep the series only to lose, but they're showing some character here today. There's a strike called over the outside corner at the knees. A ball and a strike. I guess it's over at Anaheim.
Well, it virtually is. It's 11-2. Sox batting now in the 9th inning.
All right. Hits are even at 5. Cubs trying to hold on to a 1-run lead. 8th inning. Here's the 1-1 out of the stretch. Swing and a bullet off of his body. It bounces to Sandberg. Boa and a throw gets away at first, but they did cut down the head man. That ball glanced off part of the body of Lee Smith and went right to Rhino. He flipped it to Boa. Then he tried to get it to first, but there was a little entanglement down there around the bag with Sandberg and the runner Mookie Wilson. So they forced the runner. That'll be 1-4-6 to take care of Mookie Wilson. 2 outs in the inning. Put Hernandez at first on a fielder's choice. I got a feeling it's a good thing that it hit part of Smith, or that ball might have been up the middle.
It would have been. It was hard to hit up the middle. Smith has been the target the last month. Got a lot of hitters going right through the middle of the diamond.
So here is Strawberry. 0 for 3 today. Sandberg made a beautiful play to rob him of a hit in the 4th inning. The big lanky right fielder is hitless in 7 trips in the series. Hernandez at first with a lead. Checked by Smith. Pitch on the way to Strawberry. Low inside a ball 1-0. George Foster due up next. Lee Smith reads the sign. Now stretches, checks Hernandez at first, throws over that way, not close. George Frazier continues to loosen in the Chicago bullpen. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the look. Runner fakes a break, doesn't go, pitch high outside, and it's 2-0 to Strawberry. Lee Smith came down off the mound. Jody was about halfway out there. Lee Smith trying to put some thoughts together right now. He needs an out. Mets are batting in the 8th. They put a 2 up there in the inning. And it's a 1-run game. Cubs 5-4. Hernandez takes his lead. Durham trying to hold him close. Represents the tying run. The 2-0 on the way to Strawberry. Swing and a miss. He blew one by him, Lou.
You've got to keep that ball there, going away with good speed on it. This kid has good power to all fields.
2-1. The home run he hit against us last weekend is only one this year. He hit it to left center, and I mean, he really jerked it. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew one by him again.
I thought Strawberry pulled his head off of that ball. Well, he's going for the work.
Yeah.
He has only one thing in mind, trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark.
2-2. Crowd pulling for Lee Smith to get it out here. Stretch pitch on the way. Low, he almost went after it. Jody wants an appeal. Third base umpire says no, he didn't. And it goes to 3-2. Now Hernandez will be ready to run at first. Full count, 2 down. Jody Davis out in front directing traffic for everybody.
I tell you, this Smith loves dramatics, doesn't he?
Woo! He could make you change the decaffeinator. Runner ready to go at first. Here he goes. 3-2 pitch. Swinging foul up to the left. They'll wind Hernandez up again. So still 3-2. Gary Woods is getting loose down in the left field bullpen.
Well, that means if Hernandez gets in the scoring position, you may see a change immediately.
He'd go to left field, wouldn't he?
Yes.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Keith Hernandez checking to see where Durham is behind him. Goes back to a big lead. 3-2 count, 2 down. He's ready to run. Here he goes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul. He had another good catch. Here we are in another situation that teaches you every day that this is the greatest game in the world, boy. Everybody keeps coming, don't they?
Yes, indeed. Can't take anything for granted. I don't care how much of a lead you have in a ball game.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Lee Smith reads the sign from Jody Davis. He's ready. Stretches. Now time calls. Strawberry had stepped out. They obliged by calling time. 3-2 to count, 2 away. 2 runs are in. They've closed it to a 1-run game. Lee Smith trying to hold on to that 1-run lead right here. Runner ready to go. There he goes. Here's the pitch. Swing, high bouncer. Sandberg lays back on it, fires, and got him. Side retired. A high bouncer. Sandberg fires to Durham. Strawberry's out. So are the Mets. They get a pair on 2 hits. No errors. A walk. They leave a man, and into the middle of the 8th. It's much closer. It's the New York Mets within a run as the Cubs lead it 5-4.
Complete Big Ten reports, including a commentary from Commissioner Wayne Duke, and the Notre Dame report featuring in-depth interviews, both come your way every Friday night at 6:30 on WGN Sports Central.
Gary Matthews will be facing Orozco here as we come into the bottom of the 8th inning. Matthews has singled in a run, called out on strikes and walked. Moreland on deck. Orozco, very fine left-hand pitcher. Here's the pitch on the way and a strike call. Got him in a hole 0-2. Check on Orozco, good kid.
He's 1-9, lost 6. A great earned run average of 2.80. This is his 55th game, and he has 29 saves for the Mets.
Ready to work. Left-hander kicks and brings it. High fastball. Orozco, as good as he is, and as many times as we played him this year, this is only the 3rd time he's faced the Cubs this year. 1-2 pitch. Swinging. Bouncer. Second baseman Backman to his right. Charging. Throws across his body. Made the play look easy. He's a talented little guy, too.
Yes, he is a great little hustler. Hustler and a good, aggressive ball player.
Orozco has now faced the Cubs for 2 1/3 innings, 7 up, 7 down. Earned 2 saves.
Glad we didn't see him any more often than we have.
I don't know how it turned out that way. There's a smash through the hole, base hit for Moreland. Cubs looking for insurance before they go to the 9th. Moreland gets his first hit today, his first hit in the series. Hit number 6 for Chicago. They've out-hit New York 6-5, lead in the score 5-4. Ron Cey doubled in 2 runs in the first inning. Since then has walked and bounced into a double play.
I don't believe anybody's left this ballpark, Milo.
I wouldn't think so. They're waiting to see you change numbers, huh?
Oh, I hope
if I paid for a ticket and came in here, I wouldn't leave till I saw you do your thing.
Oh, dear.
Look to first. Pitch to Cey. Breaking pitch. Curled it right under the letter. Cey thought the pitch was inside. And he's going to show his disdain to Fleming by walking away. We owe you a break, and we'll get it in a moment.
If actions could talk, huh?
Uh-huh. Well, he told him without saying anything.
Yeah, that's right.
0-1. That's the best way, I guess. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Break it right here on the WGN Chicago Cubs Baseball Network.
WGN Radio is Chicago, your official Chicago Cubs radio station.
No balls, 2 strikes. Orozco looks to first. Delivers to the Penguin. Breaking ball up high. Ron Cey with a 2-run double in the first. That got the Cubs in front 3-0. Right now, they're leading by a run, 5-4 as they bat in the 8th inning. Orozco delivers. Up high again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jody Davis on deck.
Well, Milo, with that Detroit victory over Toronto, they knocked out the New York Yankees. Boston is out of it. Baltimore's magic number is 1 now, so Detroit is getting closer.
All right, 2-2. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, took something off. 2 away in the inning. First strikeout for Orozco. 5th strikeout of a Cub in the game, and it brings up Jody Davis. Remember, tomorrow in the finale of the series will be Steve Trout going for his 13th again. It's been evasive. He'll go against Bruce Perrone, who's 11-13. You know what this crowd wants here. High bouncer, second. He's going to flip it to short. And the force on Moreland. 4-6 force, Backman to Brooks. That'll do it. And we head to a precarious 9th. Got to hold him here to cut that number down to 5. Cubs leading it 5-4.
Remember when Salerno cookies were a treat for you when you were good? Kids and adults love Salerno cookies. They're baked right here in the Midwest with the finest ingredients. Salerno.
As we go to the 9th, the new left fielder for the Cubs, it's Henry Cotto. George Foster will lead off the 9th inning. He is hit. Smith, low inside a ball. Here on Scarf Day, made possible by our good sponsors on Cubs Radio, the folks at Marathon. Here is the 1-0, swinging a foul, and tomorrow, Brown's Chicken will bring in the chicken, and Jody got hit with that one, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Oh, that has to really hurt.
Tony Garofalo, the trainer.
Well, he's in pain.
Yes, he is.
Right shoulder, is it?
Yeah.
Right shoulder. Right above where the protector tries to protect that arm. There's not much protection there, gentlemen.
No, you got to have it cut off there or it impedes your throwing. It covers the other shoulder. He says he's all right. He says, the good old boy from Georgia is not going to let that get me out of here.
No, this is a 9-inning game, and I'm going to go 9 innings.
Might be a little stiff tomorrow.
Oof, yeah, that had to hurt so.
They're going to let him hear it.
I appreciate it.
1 ball, 1 strike to Foster. Hubie Brooks on deck. Nobody on, nobody out. We've come to the 9th inning. Lee Smith ready and the pitch on the way. It's a little tight at the knees of all, and it's 2-1. California beat the White Sox.
11-2.
Lined foul down the right side. Well, then they need some more runs on the scoreboard. They've got 8-4.
Well, we showed 11-2 on our wire service ticker here, and I trust them implicitly. That's it. And that Detroit victory over Toronto, Bobby Cox, the skipper of the Blue Jays, was thrown out of the game for the 2nd straight game.
All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lee Smith ready, pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He just
background.
Oh, let me tell you, he had a little smoke on that one. That was just a pea going over the plate.
First strikeout for Smitty, fourth against the Mets in the game. Foster striking out for the second straight time. Scott Sanderson got him in the seventh inning. Here's Hubie Brooks. He is 0 for 3 today and hitless in 7 trips in the series.
Don't change the script, Smitty.
Let's go right after him.
Yeah.
Wind still blowing in. Maybe not quite as hard as it was an hour or so ago, but still 12 to 14 miles an hour. Strike call. Remember, after the game, Vinny will take a look at the other scores, show you what they mean to the standings. Also, we'll check in on some of the major football results. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a foul out in front of him, 2 strikes.
All right, he's got 1 strike for you, 1 strike for Vinny. Now let's see if he can throw one for me. Right past me.
Ray Knight due up next. He has 2 of their 5 hits. Brooks stepping up in there with a no ball, 2-strike count. Right-hand reliever, Lee Smith ready. And the 0-2 to Hubie Brooks. High fastball, and that didn't miss by much.
Oh, it did. How he laid off of that ball, I'll never know.
That's a pitch you usually chase, too, isn't it?
That's
Basically
right.
with 2 strikes. 1 and 2.
He probably didn't see it.
It's coming out of shadow into sun. Hey! Struck him out, swinging. He went to the slider that time, good kid.
Yes, sir. Don't change the script, Smitty.
Everybody up. Here is Ray Knight, a pair of Texas League singles. In the 3rd and 5th and the 7th inning, he bounced out to the shortstop. Over 40,000 Cub fans yelling for Smitty to end it. And then they'll all be looking up here to watch Vinny ring a bell. And good kid changed the number to 5. They need an out for all that to happen.
40,000 fans waving their scarf.
Their marathon oil scarf. Swing and a foul up to the right out of play.
That's 1 for you. Milo.
Strike 1 count.
You can have the second one, Lou. I'll take it right here.
No balls, 1 strike. He has struck out the first 2 hitters, and now time is going to be called. The crew chief,
yeah, I believe
he's doing it for Ron Cey.
Ron Cey asked him. He said he cannot follow the ball off of the bat. So they'll have to make an announcement to please not wave the scarf until the 3rd out is made.
That's it. They need to explain that so that they won't think the umpire is doing something against the crowd here.
Yeah.
They need to make the announcement. And if you're listening on the radio down there, spread the word around the fans around you that the Cubs have requested it, because looking into those low seats, it's all white background with those scars swirling. This is a 1-run game, folks.
Let's show some sportsmanship here.
Well, for heaven's sake, give our own player a chance at least to field the ball properly.
When's the PA announcer going to make an announcement here?
I don't know whether he has to wait until he gets an order from somebody above him or what it is.
Went over to
I know.
foul.
And then he calls the press box. Now they're going to make the announcement.
Infielders and outfielders enabling us to see the ball to end this game, please refrain from waving the scarves. We appreciate it.
It's way to the 3rd out. Fans, that's all he has to say.
Wave the scarves to your heart's content after the game is over. But right now, it's tough for the Cub fielders to see the ball. No balls, 1 strike. Smith ready. Pitch on the way. Strike called, 0-2.
That's for you, Vinny.
All right.
Now get the 3rd one for 40,000 people here.
I gave you the second one, Lou.
Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
No balls, 2 strikes.
I never like to take that 3rd one anyhow.
You never did. Here's the line. 0-2 pitch. Just missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ray, now time will be called because somebody threw a coat out into the right field bullpen.
They are getting a little exuberant, aren't they?
Wait till that number gets down to 1.
All right, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Crowd pulling for Big Lee Smith to end it. The Burley reliever winding. Here it comes. Just inside, and boy, that was close.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, Fromming is smart. He's going to make it be a good strike if he's going to call Knight out.
Here comes the 2-2. Down low a ball. Yeah, if you'd like to have that demonstrated to you dramatically, ask Milt Pappas.
Absolutely.
He remembers Mr. Fleming very well.
Yes, indeed.
3 balls, 2 strikes. He had him in a hole. Now it is 3-2. Nobody on, 2 down. Smith kicks and he fires. Swinging, and it'll be the 3rd Texas League hit of the game for Ray Knight. He's 3 for 4, and they've all been bloopers into right field. So the tying run is on and brings up Mike Fitzgerald.
That was a pretty good pitch up and in on him. And he managed to get that bat around just far enough to dump the ball to the opposite side.
All right, here is Mike Fitzgerald. He's 1 for 3.
We're going to have a runner.
Chapman will run for Knight. Kelvin Chapman, an infielder. And Rusty Staub has moved on deck. Don't let it get down to that.
No, let's get the 3rd out right here.
Mike Fitzgerald doubled in the 3rd, scored their 2nd run. Since then, he's bounced out twice. He's up here now with Chapman, the pinch runner at first. 2 down, 9th inning. Cubs leading by a run in a 5-4 game. High fastball took off to the screen, and that'll move the tying run into scoring position.
I don't believe Jody saw that ball.
No.
He didn't make a move after that ball. He might have been crossed up.
Because he's going right out there to talk.
And if you're crossed up, you're looking for a breaking ball, and that pitcher throws that fastball, you cannot adjust in time. But if you're called, if it's reversed, then you can change your style and catch a curveball or a slider, but not a fastball that's going over 90 miles an hour.
Well, even if he was looking for a fastball, he wasn't looking for it up there. That's hard to adjust even on that. Because that baby was sailing. Runner in scoring position. Chapman. Fitzgerald the batter with a 1-0 count. Smith stretches, looks to second, delivers to Fitzgerald. Swinging, a bouncer backhanded by Sandberg. Throw to first. Game is over. Cubs win. Cubs have beaten the Mets in dramatic fashion on a great play by Ryne Sandberg.
Oh, that looked like a base hit. He quickly moved to his right, made a great backhanded grab.
All right, Lou, get up. Vinny, you get up. Get ready to ring that bell. We're going to change the number in the Cub radio booth. Here it comes. Here it comes. Change the number, good kid. He got it at 6. Can he get it down to 5? Yes, a red 5. And the magic number has dwindled again. Nice going, good kid. Oh, I tell you, that Lee Smith could take you right down to the wire. And he did it today, and it took a great play. You can ring that bell for Ryne Sandberg right now, too.
Beautiful play by Ryne. Saved a base hit. That would have tied up this ball game.
Oh, yes, indeed. Ring those bells.
Let her go.
Let everybody know.
Down to 5.
And you got red numbers now.
Yes, sir. When you get down to 5, they're important.
Looks like your bank book.
It's in the red. You're all right.
So we've got it down to 5. And the Cub fans love it. They waited for you to change that number.
Yes, they did.
All right, 40,000 know they've seen a heck of a game. We will be back. The final score, the Chicago Cubs 5, the New York Mets 4. All right, let's take a look now at the happy totals as the Cubs have done it again. They've beaten the Mets for the 8th time in 8 outings this year at Wrigley Field, and are 11-5 with them for the year. Make it 12-5. 12-5 with 1 game to go with them tomorrow. Totals in this one. Cubs 5-6-0, they leave 5. Sanderson the winner 8-4. Save for Smith is 32nd. Winning RBI Matthews is 16th. Mets lose it 4-6-0, leave 4. Fernandez the loser 4-6. So this ball game, if they weren't sure about it before, they've got to really be thinking about it now.
Well,